It's another week, and there are more video games.
Oh my god, guys. Do we play video games here?
Sometimes. Sometimes we play other stuff too, but today we're talking about a video game or two.
I've played a single video
That's
game.
great.
For...
When we're hitting our checklist there, we have played a video game. Podcast time. We're back, baby.
I managed to play one game successfully.
I played enough games for the both of us. We'll compensate for each other, yeah.
Maybe not successfully is the right word. I
don't
know,
yeah. What game are you playing, Tristan? What's on the docket? What are we doing?
Oh boy, you know what? Burden has a way of inflicting everyone around him with this sickness. Just
do you want to try heroin? It's super fun, bro.
as soon as you get into something, you're just like, yo, check it out. You fucking.
But it's like I'm never wrong, am I? It's always really fun. It's like all of them are they're all mind viruses. Every single one of them is a mind virus that will ruin your life and like devote you to that thing for the next couple of months. Last month, Kill Team. This month, it's Marathon, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I just keep getting hooked, man.
Glutton for punishment.
They killed him in a while, which well, I mean, don't get me wrong. You're right. All of these things are super cool and awesome, and that's why, I think we just have similar taste in things, but I mean, I played Marathon, right? Like, I got really into it. Like,
so,
really.
For context, Tristan has played 200 hours of Marathon and wrote the most in-depth review I have ever seen him ever write about anything ever. It was like a poem. It was like a full article.
I was like, all right, I like this game that much.
Dude,
I wanted to be like, it's like a creative writing kind of thing.
You must have had the generational run before you wrote that, though, because I could feel your like passion and enthusiasm for the game through that review. So I could only imagine it was either after like the worst run ever or the best run ever.
Well, I can't recall exactly, but it's kind of funny actually because I did write that. Obviously feeling very positive about the game. But I still do. I still very...
It's shit like, now.
I, in general, feel very... Like, I love the game. It's an amazing game. It truly is. I think it... the design of it is just, like, it's peak all around. But I had some extreme... I know it's kind of funny because this is what I want to talk about. I mean, I want to talk about the game in general, but yesterday I did like my brother... my brothers we're in, like, an LFG group. And I'm going to be leaving soon, right? I'm going on vacation soon, and the season's ending, so I'm not really going to be around to try season 2. So I'm like, all right, screw it. I'm just gonna dump everything.
This is the time.
Right now is the time. And I had a Cryo 5 key that I really wanted to, try and get those subroutines. So I joined this group, and we just go on and like a miserable. A miserable losing streak.
Oh no!
Like 8 games in a row or something. Like
I've had that exact day, man, and it's like the highs are the highest, but the lows are the lowest. It is like one of the worst loops you can get into is that cycle of just like losing stuff, which essentially contributes to your mental state of being like, well, either you'll bring in more stuff and lose more stuff, or you'll start bringing in less and less, and you'll start feeling that gear discrepancy between you and the other people. So it's really easy to fall into that loop of like, this feels terrible.
Oh my god. And yeah, it's like it is a game of the highest high. I mean, I think that just describes extraction shooters in general, no doubt, but yeah, like, and it's kind of funny because actually we started that session with like it was like this guy who it's like, yeah, I've done a couple cryo, like I don't really know how the map works. I'm like, all right, no worries, I've done this enough. I'm your guy. I got you. You know what I mean? And with a random too, like actually a Phil. Look, it was just the two of us at that time. So we did it with Phil and some guy I just met basically, and he was actually pretty chill, so I liked him. And the random Phil had a green shield, so I'm like, well, we're fucking
tough thing to load into and see. I've seen those clips of like people dropping in, and you look over at your crew members, and they're just like offloading all of like their bullshit. Like, what do people use to get like up to 5K value or whatever? Like, is it shields or stuff like that? Because I saw they would just drop in and like empty their whole inventory. They'd have like no weapons or anything like that, and just drop it all right off the bat.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, theoretically, yeah, you can roll in with like most of the value is in the weapon, right? So you could bring in I don't know, a blue M77. That's like 3K, yeah, right. So, but just
On principle, like you're already.
I
fucked.
cannot. Yeah, exactly. I'm like I cannot fathom like how you go in without at least a blue shield.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
that dude was down bad. You know that was like his
Yeah,
last
yeah.
chance.
He's like, I need to win or I'm uninstalling.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, how did it go? What happened?
Well, yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, this is how the session started, where we actually like cleared the lobby. Like, we got extremely lucky. I know it blew my mind, but you know, grenades are ridiculous. So basically, we third partied like a team fight, and you know those like that tight corridor in Control. There's a couple, but you know the one that like leads up to Panopticon.
Sure, yeah.
You know, we've gotten caught in there a few times.
Yeah.
Well, just outside that door, there was like a team fight happening. Like we could literally see them through the visor, right? Like the little window in the door, and we're like, well, shit, okay, let's just go for it. And we just spam all our grenades, blow up their team.
Oh my god.
And they basically had just won their fight.
Oh.
I felt like, yeah. So I mean, that was like, oh hell yeah. But on the flip side, that's like kind of how every game we had afterward was like almost karma.
Yeah, it's like it feels good when you're the one doing it, but to be on the receiving end of it is a brutal feeling. It's really tough.
It's such a robbery, right? It's so insanely brutal. And then after that, we had like another team fight after that where we were just trying to exfil, and these guys just tried to jump up on us. And I even tried to like be diplomatic. Like I went to Prox chat, I was like, hey guys, we don't want to fight. We don't like, you know. But they killed my two buddies. And then I solo the other two that are left, and I felt like a god.
I
felt
bet.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, guys, we don't need to fight. We don't need to fight. They kill my buddies. I'm like, all right, you asked for this. That's legitimately how I felt, like John Rambo.
Dude. Yeah, those social dynamics are the best, man.
Exactly. It's like, we could have been chill.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was saying on Prox chat.
You made me do this as the knife plunges into his chest.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and like they didn't have me pegged, so I caught them both off guard, and I just like, you know, shot them both down. And I felt like, I was like, I am untouchable. I am a god.
You are God. Escape made you
so
God.
That's how the run started. That's how our session started. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling pretty damn good, right? And then that's when, like, right after that, we tried to do the Cryo 5 key run. And you know what was so frustrating about that one? And it made me, like, legitimately angry. And it's not a good feeling. I don't like feeling that way in a game in general. I used to be that way with games where I get, like, mad and just like, now I'm older. I'm like, I don't want to have that relationship with the game. But, you know, I'm like, I want this subject. I really want to do compiler. Those blue skins look super cool. So I was like, you know, I kind of wanted to lock in on this one. And so we actually win 2 team fights, right? Like we have like a real serious, like, you know, we're like basically pinched actually. And we win against these 2 guys. So I'm like, hell yeah, okay, I'm feeling really good. All right, and I'm like, okay, guys, let's go. Let's do the tranquility. Let's just get this done. But my guy, who isn't, you know, the guy I just met, who's unfamiliar with cryo, was trying to do his contract, and he looked up like, oh, the vault's in the control, in the pit, and he was like, no, wait, guys, well, hold up, we're gonna go in the pit and we're gonna open the hatch, and he's like, he didn't realize, oh wait, you need security 5 for that. So because of that, like, there was another team like hovering around in control. And like they clearly heard us and it saw us doing that, and then they basically pounced on us. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's get the thing. I brought the key in. Why are you doing this? So and it just brought out like some feelings towards the game that I just I don't know.
There've definitely been a couple times with me when it's like, you lose as a result of a really poor decision, right? Like someone's or yours or whatever, and you got to just sort of like step back and be like, all right, well, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, that decision, whether it's yours or your teammates, causes all of you to not only effectively lose your progress, but like hard resets you essentially, right? As a result of this whole gear system. So it's really tough, man. It's really tough.
Yeah. And like, you know, after the session, having that like dawn on me that it's like, oh, you gotta go through the whole loop again.
Yeah.
Outpost, just loop outpost. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is the whole game. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love it actually, even after all this experience and all that. But yeah, it was just brutal, man. It was just brutal.
Game is undoubtedly punishing, and it's really easy to fall into that loop of like, as the result of a bad decision that either you or your teammate makes, you end up, losing, not only losing it all, but like effectively setting you back significantly in the core loop of like needing to start from the top there and work your way up to where you were at previously. So that can feel exceptionally punishing. But I think, my favorite thing about Marathon for sure is like that social dynamic, being able to have those weird, funny, strange interactions that other games don't necessarily allow, that sort of lets you, either strike up a diplomatic situation and attempt to sort of feel it out with friendship and see if maybe diplomacy does work after all, and you can maybe strike up a deal and work together. More often than not, it's more of a hostage situation where you're kind of threatening them at gunpoint or actively hunting them. We've heard some cases of, like people be like, come out, where are you? Like that kind of thing. That's fun too. I like those.
I've had that too.
Yeah, that's scary. It's legit scary. It's like, oh my God, I don't want this guy to find me. But I think, my favorite moment in Marathon by far is our Cryo Archive run where we rallied the entire lobby. Like, that was a legendary moment where, thank God we got the clip. And, Johnny, play the clip, run the clip real quick for us, get that up there for us. And a definitive moment for us where we managed to, like, essentially the team approaches us in our spawn. They check in, you cool or not? We're doing compiler. We want to rally the whole lobby for this. And they're trying to get ahead of the whole notion of like killing the whole lobby so you can have a chance to do the raid, right? Like they wanted to actually engage in it like as a group, and I was like, that's a beautiful thing. So yes, we were a little trepidatious at first there, but they rally us. We managed to one team where it's easy to kind of keep tabs on them and who they are and what they're doing, what their dynamics are, who's possibly a threat. But then they start to rally the third team of the lobby. And I'm like, oh, man, it's getting a little hard to keep track on who's who here. We got a lot of people. This is now 9 individuals. I don't know what's going on anymore. And then they go a little too far, and they rally the fourth team, sure enough. And at that point, I'm like, this is going to be a clusterfuck one way or another. Like, I feel like even if we manage to make it to compiler, it's going to turn into a bloodbath after the fact, right? Like, no one's going to make it out of that loot room alive for sure. So anyway, we managed to get the whole lobby together, and we go into that compiler elevator, and it's like something out of it's like poetry in motion. It's unbelievable. But like, sure enough, in the clip, we're all piling in there, and only our good friend Wolfie has the sense to get up on top of the elevator, seeing the carnage that could possibly ensue if anyone were to drop any sort of explosive. And the
incredible foresight.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
and the
incredible.
second, sure enough, the second that I'm saying out loud, nobody put a claymore down, that's when it happens. And you see some bastard put something down, the whole place just explodes. Everyone just starts lighting each other up, and it just turns into an absolute bloodbath. Wolfie's up top there, and he's taking out the few of them that he can, and it just turns into a nightmare. But I was like, this is insane. Of course, one bad apple ruins the whole bunch in that scenario, right? Like, it's such a trust 100%. Exercise. And sure enough, like, he's at the top of the elevator there. He's like, is anyone down there? Hello? And one team responds to him. And they're like, hey, man, like, you know what happened? It just went crazy in there. We're like, what am I doing? These fuckers, these rat bastards have the audacity to say, oh, we don't know what happened. It's crazy. Someone just started shooting. And we ran the clip back later on, and it sure enough was those exact guys that opened up on the lobby with a claymore. The sons of bitches. Bastards. And the kicker is Tom got us up, and we exfilled. We exfilled all together. They played coy the whole time, and they were just like, yeah, it was crazy that someone would do that. And I'm like, that's insane, man. That's absolutely nuts to like play innocent after that. Yeah. But that's the kind of social dynamic that you're in store for when you really get into the meat and potatoes of this game and you try to engage in those scenarios there. There is a plethora of experiences to be had in all kinds of departments there, which I love. That's my favorite part of the whole game.
100%. Absolutely. It's so good. It's absolutely peak. That reminds me of that particular moment that we had. Maybe you remember, but when it was like in perimeter, and we pounced on that one team in station, and the guy was like, "Oh God, please no!"
I love that.
Like full kill him, and like just like as he's saying, "Oh God, please!" and then like it cuts out.
The
It's like it was like a
proximity chat
brutal
cutout.
execution.
That's like my
Yeah.
favorite thing in existence, man. Like it's so fucking funny.
It felt so brutal.
I'm
It
just-
was. I
I'm
mean, it
like-
just encapsulates perfectly what the game's going
Oh
for. It
yeah,
was so awesome.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like we sort of talked about this earlier, I think in the last episode, but sort of that notion that like the whole planet wants to kill you. You really feel it. Like it's
Yeah.
like it comes
Yeah.
across in every element. And maybe we'll just wider game talk here than
Yeah,
the
I think,
anecdotes, but like
Yeah.
it's kind of nailing everything on all fronts for I think you and me as far as like aesthetic,
it.
lore, intrigue of the world. Like I really like what they've got going on here. It's a shame that in recent events with the whole Bungie situation developing, we'll talk about it in news, sort of marathons getting lambasted by the Destiny fans for not being exactly Destiny, but at the same time, like I think what they're going for, they are achieving tremendously. And to see sort of just today the announcements about Season 2 and sort of where we're going with things, I think it's in the right direction, but I think there's also serious grounds to what you're saying about like you kind of have a moment where you're like, so this is the whole game is just sort of engaging in this loop over and over again. But I think they're also trying to incorporate something they always meant to do with Destiny, which is this is going to be a story and world that evolves, and part of it is your story as a player. What are the things you specifically experience? Everyone's going to have their own sort of unique journey through this, whether or not they engage specifically as a solo player or have a dedicated squad they exclusively play with. Engage in social elements, don't engage in social elements. Everyone's going to have a very different avenue through which they experience this game, which I think is more than can be said for Destiny, which was a very like what you see is what you get. This has a lot more opportunities to diverge in weird and interesting ways,
100%.
in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Like just honestly, Prox Chat got to be like
That's half the battle.
it's like got to be one of the most remarkable gaming innovations in our time, really, like the recent time. Because I mean, yeah, I never played a game like this ever. Like I'd never, and obviously it's like other extraction shooters, but I think, and I did this in the little Steam review I left, where I think the way that it combines all these elements, through aesthetic, like game is amazing looking to me. I think it's like one of the prettiest games I've ever seen. It's a gorgeous game to look at for me, which is funny. On that note, though, because I think it does also appeal to a niche audience. Like you get like Arc Raiders. I think we can objectively say that's a beautiful game, right? It looks really good.
Yeah.
It's technically incredible looking, and it does have a unique style, but it doesn't nearly appeal to me in the same way that Marathon does, right?
Yeah.
Like I just think Marathon is like unbelievably. So I try to like, and this is like one of the first games I've ever tried to like rally people to try and play.
Indeed.
Like taking it part out of your, whatever that phrase, I forget the phrase, but
Take a note out of your book. Take a book out of your notes.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how you do.
Yeah, do
And,
do
like,
how I
my-
do.
Yeah, and like my work pal, he plays Arc Raiders. So I'm like, yeah, man, come on, you gotta try this. This game is so sick. Like you gotta try it out, man. He's like, okay, well, yeah, whatever, sure. And then he looks at gameplay and he's like, looks cartoony.
Yo,
I'm like,
oh man, that's
shut the
crazy.
fuck
Oh,
up.
yo.
Shut the fuck
Okay,
up.
no,
man.
this is the episode now. This is the whole episode. All right. Oh man. Oh wow, that actually made me so angry,
That
dude.
makes me yes. I mean, look, I'm a balanced person where I'm like I mean, I think that's bullshit. I think that I like it. It's,
But that is
it's
the
not-
most
are you
like
fu- that's not
pedestrian ass
cartoony, but
rudimentary word to like
I
be like
agree-
thing
I
that I don't
agree.
like, aesthetic that I don't like, cartoony. It's childish.
I agree.
Like
I agree.
that's so
I accept
reductive.
that people are simpler than me.
Oh wow.
But that does anger
That's
me
like I
100%.
didn't realize how much of a trigger that would be for me, dude. That fucking pisses me
yeah,
off.
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm like, are you shitting me, man?
All right, I found like there's like a couple.
and-
I'm adding this to the book of like things you can say to easily piss off Bert. This is like top of the list for me, the top 5.
Yeah. I mean, that's a shame. I would still try to rally him with the free weekend, but yeah, honestly, that comment is like, it's an aesthetic, buddy. Like,
And
I mean, that's what I said.
It's also
you know?
like photorealistic as far as like it's obviously stylized,
yeah.
but
It's not fucking cartoony,
Oh.
man. It's not like fucking Pixar. What are you talking about? And I
Damn.
think the aesthetic is like I said, I think it's amazing, perfect for what it's going for.
I
Like,
would
it just-
agree. I think there are some elements that I'm like more keen on, like environments. 11 out of 10.
Oh my
Design
God,
elements,
yeah.
like faction design elements, and I guess what would you call them? Like UI motifs and fonts, and like sort of like what would you encapsulate all that? Presentation, I guess.
UX. I
UX,
don't know.
yeah, like all that
Yeah,
stuff.
user
11 out of
interface.
10. Runner
Yeah.
shells. I think my appreciation of them fluctuates from runner shell to runner shell. And
Well, I
model
can,
as well
man.
too. Some of the models, like I've seen, like what people do with Destroyer in fan art, and I'm like, that looks a lot better than the actual in-game model that we got. I think there's a couple of them that I think that, and there's a couple that I think are a little out of left field. Though, like Vandal in her clown shoes. Still, I'm like, there's things like that where I'm like, all right.
That's fair. I don't hate it.
You come
but
around to the clown
it
shoes,
is-
yeah.
I mean, it's unique. It stands out.
Undoubtedly,
So,
undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly. For better or worse.
Yeah.
It's sort of a love or hate thing.
But I think we
I
can
think
both
I'm
agree, like,
indifferent.
aesthetically, the game is unbelievable. It's probably one of the best that we've ever seen, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the most beautiful games I've seen in
Yeah.
like the last, maybe 10 years, honestly. I mean, that's been maybe a bit of recency bias, but it's just like it's the contrast, right? The colors, like it just stands out, and like it's amazing how they have this like very bright, vibrant, colorful world, but that it still feels like alien and dark
Oppressive,
and
right?
ominous and yeah, and impressive. Like you look at Perimeter, if you saw a still of that, you might be like, well, it's very what's so spooky, and it's like it's kind of colorful or whatever. Like maybe if you're not thinking too hard or whatever, but no, like it feels so yeah, like I mean, alien is the best way to describe it, and it should feel alien because it's a fucking alien world, right? That we colonized.
Perimeter is a perfect example, though, because I think like the lived experience of actually playing through Perimeter completely recontextualizes it in your mind, and you start to build these sort of heat maps in your brain as to like where the action happens, where should I be afraid of. There were times when you'd maybe look off into the skybox and take that in and appreciate that, and then very quickly it turns to watching the cliff tops so you don't get fucking ambushed from someone who has the high ground over you, or like skulking your way through Hall, or slowly checking every corner to make sure that there's no one there before you, right? Like it very much changes the way you see these spaces once you've actually played through
100%.
them and seen how dangerous and hostile and like how many ways you can get killed are. Like it's so innumerable, and it happens so many times that you just start like thinking about the world in a very different lens. Because I think I toot my own horn here. I feel like I was onto something when I said like the game wants you to get lost in the beauty early on, but it's like once you start, the second you start like taking in the skybox too long, or start taking in the atmosphere or ambiance, that's the second you get dropped by someone who's just got the bead on you from somewhere you weren't looking, right?
100%. Yeah, I'm with you, man. And it is, I mean, it's one of the most rewarding things too.
To play it right. Yeah.
Yeah, to like actually sort of have that understanding of the map, right? Like to grow with it, to like sort of synergize with it.
Totally.
Yeah. Like for example, and honestly, I think frankly my favorite experience of the game is probably the solo experience. Actually,
You've been really enjoying the solo runs, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, that's where I feel like that's where the true the horror is. Like when you have your friends to rely on. Like I feel like they're honestly two very different games, right? The squad experience is like, you're doing the whole kind of ready or not, fanning out, getting angles, breaching clear, right? Yeah, which I think is awesome. It's a lot of fun. But when you're playing solo, I don't know. I feel like the audio design is almost different, maybe because you just like you hear everything, like you hear like a distant footstep, you hear the bots lighting up, you hear every door that opens and closes, you hear the other enemy runners like going through their pack, reloading and shit. Like everything is like crystal clear.
Did you consider this is because you don't have our friends farting in the microphone and like fucking over the comms chat? Like,
yeah, well, yeah,
it's probably a big part
100%.
of it. Yeah,
it is actually 100%. But like the way at least the way I personally play it, usually anyways, unless I'm being an asshole, is I'm being like, I'm like, it is crazy to play a game where you can understand the sound mind game that you're playing with the other guy. It's almost like a bit of a chess game, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like making noises to to try and like sort of freak out the other guy, and then you hear them make a noise, and you're trying to like gauge where they're going, you know, and you're hunting each other, like you're literally like they're actively like playing this sound mind game where you're hunting each other, looking to get the beat on the other guy, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy, this is insane, it blows my mind, and I had a really satisfying moment where I in Outpost, I heard like a guy in what is it, processing, and I went for the red key, but I didn't take it, right? I went for it to try and bait him out, right? Because he's gonna hear me. I took some shots at bots, right, to make it sound like I'm getting caught in a fight. Because like when you like, man,
This dude's
Solo
thinking 10 steps
especially-
ahead. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Destroyer, go charge in with shield. Like,
That's what
this is crazy.
That's what I mean. That's what I find so rewarding, because like as I went through these solo rounds, I realized basically as soon as you open up, like 10 seconds later, there's some other runner who's gonna fucking gank you every time. So I started playing around that. Like I hear him, I'm like, oh, I kind of gauge where he is. All right. I start like making some footsteps, you know, trying to let him think I'm there, and then I go for the key, right? Because that's kind of what we're fighting over. And then, and I know this because I've done this so many times. If I hear a guy fighting a bot, I'm like, oh shit, I'm third partying this. I'm gonna kill that guy. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for that key, make him think that I'm getting caught in a fight and I'm like in trouble. But then I just took a few shots, ran away, repositioned, and then lo and behold, he goes in, he gets the aggro of the bots, and then I fucking gate that guy, you know. And I'm like, oh my god, it feels so good, right? And when you have solo, like, you know, all the sounds, like you get caught out of position. It doesn't matter what gear you have, right? In solo, like you just die. Like, if you get caught out of position, someone's got a beat on you, they crack you, like you're probably gonna die, probably. And so you got to really play it. Like you got to play it really slow. You got to play it really carefully. You got to be super vigilant because you got nobody backing you up. And to me, that's where the design of the game, the sound design, like all of those elements just comes together and just like it just sings. It's so good.
Hell
it
yeah.
feels amazing. But it's also like insanely high anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like
it's a stressful
it's so
game.
butt clutching. It's incredibly stressful. So it's sort of like I can't be doing that. Like if I'm trying to unwind after a long day at work, loading into solo is
It's
like,
not my go-to.
Yeah, but it is an incredible experience.
I think that's
really
we
enjoy
got aesthetic, sound design. I mean, you know, music. What is there to say? It's fantastic.
Music is incredible.
Also in the same
Like,
vein there.
Yeah.
Gameplay. I think we've spoken to. There's so many you know, emergent stories and moments that happen. Like the core gunplay is tight as hell. I think we're liking the loop and where it's going with sort of, you know, maybe not as much build crafting as I'd like, just because it is contingent on luck and like it's not really something you can actively pull together at any time. It's like you can kind of pull stuff from the armory later on if you want to go for something specific, but it seems like they're you know, leaning into that next season with the cradle and sort of being able to spec a little bit into what you want to do. Like it's
I like that system a lot.
Like
yeah.
if you want to be a knifey guy that gets their health back from you know, siphoning enemies from stabbing them, then like that seems like something you're going to be able to spec into, which I appreciate.
Actual build craft is really cool, and I was like really excited when I saw that they announced that system for season 2, and I'm really amped for it.
Nice upgrade,
especially because I love being a knife boy. The knife is my goat.
Yeah.
I love catching people with that.
I definitely liked the early couple months when it was pretty. You could two-shot a fucking purple shield. Was pretty crazy.
That is pretty nuts. It's not that cracked anymore. That's for sure.
Not quite.
But yeah, I mean, basically, you know, baiting people into knife range is like my go-to.
It's very fun.
Solo, at least.
It's very fun.
Yeah, it's extremely effective. Also because my aim is not great, and it tracks, so you know it helps. It helps.
I think gameplay's hitting all the beats there. Like I don't know, man. It's just they're really doing a good job. So it's a shame that it's sort of under the hot seat there for what's going on with the rest of Bungie, but we'll get to that later on, I think.
For sure. If I would say there are a few things that, you know, I think like it's a phenomenal game, undoubtedly. But yeah, there are a couple things that, you know, and I think over time these things will improve. Like I was saying, it kind of is lame that it's like, all right, well, Crow's done. I guess I'd loop Pinwheel forever. Because once those first two, except for doing quests like Dire Marsh or Perimeter, there's just not a lot of juice there unless you have a key.
They gotta do something there to make him a little more worth, like challenges that, like, if you want to push your gear as much as you can go to a little far off corner there and maybe take a little further than you could if you were just dropping in for the first time, right? I agree. Yeah, Pinwheel and Dire Marsh leave a little to be desired in terms of, like, what are we doing here other than farming other players and hoping that they drop in with something worth getting, right?
Yeah, or keys.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's where things like, doing the events that drop the keys and, doing things that have a chance, it's like, I swear to God, like, I despite the fact that I feel like I rarely ever get anything from coordinate data pads or anomalies or those sort of events there, I always chase the high of, like, maybe it'll drop something, maybe I'll get a purple, maybe it'll be a gold,
Yeah, for sure. And I was actually reading a post on Reddit after that horrible run, because I'm like, crowd's bullshit. This is awful. How can anybody enjoy this? This is terrible. But you know what? I read this post, okay, and I have to admit that I love the game, but I don't appreciate the meta of the game, which now is basically kill the lobby and then you get to play the rest of the game. I think that's kind of lame. I don't know. I just feel like it's not very interesting, Like the spawn rush problem. That shit's so problematic. That kills it. Like when we went in with the golds.
Oh, that was
right.
brutal.
We're like, all right, and then we got jumped in revival like immediately,
and we won that fight.
It was two teams.
We won our first fight, and it was just like, then exactly what you were describing. The third party drops in and cleans up there, and it's like, what do you do? There's nothing you can do. That's the game.
You can't do nothing. That is the game, but it doesn't feel good.
No, it feels very bad, especially when we haven't even gotten out into the neutral area which is supposed to be sort of the meeting ground. It was just like, how is this? Yeah, poorly designed in that regard, it felt like.
100%. Oh, my phone's going off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyways, yeah, that's like, I don't like that. And so the guy was saying that, it's kind of disappointing that the titular marathon ship is so highly gatekept by this insanely sweaty, meta. Because I think Cryo is, like, amazing, like, design-wise, like, the very interesting mechanics, the whole security thing, right? It gets you to, like, interact with the map, interact with other players, too, to get that
light
security.
raid mechanics, like Destiny, which is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's really engaging and interesting, and but
you don't get to play unless you kill everyone.
I mean, like, I don't think that's fun, man.
I mean, to be fair,
like it should be a balance.
I think we have struck that balance on occasion. Like, I think it was a run we were doing a couple days ago where it was like we were making conscious decisions when to go for objectives, when to avoid people. But at the end of the day, man, people will hunt your ass down. And I do think one of our buddies raised a good point about, like, if you want to counter recons hunting you down, there are solutions in the form of signal jammers and things like that. There are kind of like certain things that maybe we aren't necessarily applying to alleviate some of our pain points. But then there are other things, like the nature of the map being close quarters hallways and then one big open room, where it just exacerbates the grenade spam problem to a crazy degree, where already it's pretty bad. And I think that, like, them removing a stack from each stack or whatever, going from 2 grenades down to 1 per stack, is not enough to alleviate the issue. And I think they know that too, because then the next fucking runner coming up is literally a trophy system that stops grenades. And it's like, okay, so now I just one of my 3 slots for runner choices is locked with that. There's no way I cannot take that.
I mean, yeah, on Cryo, there's just no goddamn way you would
it's
do
essential.
Anything else, man. Like, legitimately. Because, like, they're so problematic. I mean, frankly, I think it's been brought up, but I think a cooldown on grenades, right? Like, you just can't spam them.
It's not glamorous, but I think anything like that needs to
it's a bit
lower the damage.
It's a bit dirty, yeah, but yeah, like damage to like like, remember that,
dude? I'll never forget that.
That grenade.
Like,
I got a triple kill, guys. I got a triple kill,
lost
and we got
fight.
jumped.
Like,
we did.
It was over, and then Tristan just starts fucking throwing a couple of lobs in there, and we won the fight instantly. He downed like 2 purples and a gold just by a couple of lucky grenades.
Just like the genuinely lucky, honestly. I mean, I got, I positioned them well.
Oh yeah, you clutched it up
but
hard.
by it's the fact that they were bunched up like that. That's total luck.
Yeah,
and yeah, we kind of robbed these guys, man.
Yeah, they won that fight
with the grenades. They did, yeah, and it's like, man,
I
felt
didn't.
amazing.
I
But it
didn't.
shouldn't.
Yeah. Like it's a weird thing because it felt amazing, but it also felt
amazing.
bad.
Yeah, it felt like god tier, like
Yeah.
amazing, peak. But also, should that really be loud? Oh, Cooper, my boy's whining, my dog's whining. Yeah. So something's got to be done about that. I think a cooldown is kind of a dirty solution, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I guess maybe the Sentinel will just fix that. Who knows?
We'll see. They
Like,
got new stuff coming up.
If it just deleted all those grenades,
That'd be pretty
coming
funny.
in, you know?
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, whatever we got going on in the new season with, like, the zombie runners and shit looks insane.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
excited.
that season, honestly. You know what? They truly had a vision.
Yeah.
You know, they truly, like, knew what they wanted with this game,
Indeed.
right? That constant tension, that horror, that feeling of anxiety. And clearly the Night Marsh is very much leaning into that, right?
Indeed.
I'm so excited. It
Me
looks
too.
awesome.
Me
With the
too. And I think this is the
yeah.
stuff that I'm here for, is this sort of progressing narrative. Like, you know, now that we've been fucking around to the planet, UESC is upping their defenses, and then there's some other weird eldritch shit going on in the background there. So, like, this is the stuff I'm really excited for, to see how they develop it and continue to introduce new enemy types, new runners, new weapons, all that stuff. Sounds great. So I'm along for the ride,
Absolutely.
no matter what.
Yeah. I did want to just quickly touch on the cryo, just because the guy, you know, in that post, I think he had an interesting point. It's at least worth thinking about, where he's like, yeah, cryo's too sweaty, this whole meta thing. Like, what if they made it so that, you know, it was more PvE, right? So, like, the challenges, the bots were harder, but there's less teams, so it's not so much about, you know, this whole meta of, like, find everybody and kill them.
Right.
But rather, actually engaging with the raid mechanics, you know.
I mean, that was, to be clear, that was actually specifically my dream for the marathon, was almost like a Gambit thing, where you're kind of like in two separate versions of the same area, progressing on your own and racing against each other. That way you can still have it be, you know, you're up against another team and there's still, like, stakes, but at the same time, it's not like all or nothing. If I lose or win against those guys, I can still progress through by fighting PvE enemies, which I think people really want more of, right?
100%, and I think they're, you know, realizing that, you know, that's kind of what people want, like a less sweaty way to engage with the game, and I mean they have that experimental PvE mode.
I think they want Destiny is what they want.
Well, that's a whole
other
whole can of worms, yeah. But no, I honestly, like, I think I kind of agree with the guy, right? Like, when you're like, hey, I want to play Marathon, and I want to go on the Marathon ship of Marathon.
Please let me go on the Marathon and not
the titular
suffer.
game. And it's the coolest fucking area in the game
100%.
by far. It's awesome. It's a sick map. It's got sick mechanics. And I think it'd just be way more interesting if it was more about the PvE, and, like, oh, maybe occasionally you had this stand up with a team, right? Like, obviously PvP is so core to the experience, right? The social interaction, you know, the being constantly worried, like, oh, what if I get jumped? Like, that's so core, you can't get rid of that. But I think, you know, maybe I don't know what the solution is, but, like, yeah, less teams, right? Like a 4 teams. I think is it 6 right now? I don't know, but
I can't remember.
You know, less teams, right, and harder enemies. Honestly, for me, that would be awesome. But again, I'm not a game director. I don't know what their, you know, if that would completely ruin their vision for what cryo is. But to me, that sounds way more engaging, and because I'm just like, I don't know, it just sucks, man, when you win 2 team fights and
It's
then
tough.
you still get dropped.
It's
Still
tough.
get dropped, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, man, that just doesn't feel like what it should be. You know?
Final Marathon.
Game rocks.
Yeah, where
Game
we at?
rocks. It's so good. Please keep it alive. I am playing it thinking it's on borrowed time, though. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I'm playing it like, well, it'll be good while it lasts.
We got a year of this.
I'm soaking it in. Man. I truly did play this game like a freak. I actually have to calm down, and I intend to, because I did like 200 hours, like a month and a half, dude.
That's pretty big, even by your standards. You go hard on, like, one specific thing, but
go
that's
hard.
a good testament to, like,
do.
you love this game.
I love this game. I am kind of, though, I'm keen for more new content, because I am kind of exhausting it a bit.
We're sort of
I've
seeing the
reached
extent of it, yeah.
I'm reaching a point where I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah, the loop has
is
become
starting
apparent.
to lose its luster, yeah. You know, but I mean, those 200 hours, man, and it's still, like, I still load in, and, you know, nothing quite beats the rush, you know, of, like, having those, honestly, the team fights where you have, like, the prolonged ones where it's like, let's say it's Dire Marsh on bio research or whatever, right? And you have the 2 buildings, and you're like slowly pushing up, right? You're peeking out, maybe taking a crack shot. They
Covering
back
your
off,
buddies, yeah.
Yeah, like, and in fact, my brother who I've been playing with, he's like a big gun nut, big airsoft guy, and he was teaching me, these sorts of like squad tactics. You know what I mean? Like these concepts like field of fire, where it's like you want to have like multiple guys, different angles, right, on the same target, bounding movement and all that. He's teaching me this stuff, and we start implementing in game. We do like the whole ready or not, like stacking up on doorways and clearing, which is a little autistic,
but it's fun. It's so cool.
It's fun. It was fun, man. I was like loving it.
I'm a real army guy.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like we stock up on the doorway. It's like, all right, clear left. All right, clear.
Dude, it feels so good. It feels so good.
The way. Oh my god, it feels good, dude. Doing that in marathon, and it actually was working really well too, which was the crazy thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I would love to keep playing it like that. But yeah, so when you have those prolonged like fights where it really is like that game of like moving pieces, like repositioning, getting that the angle to get the drop on the one guy so that you get the advantage. Oh man, just like
you're creating a verifiable chess fork.
It
feels like, yeah.
Actually, kind of.
Honestly, yeah, it's like destroyers making the advance. They're safe under the cover of the shield that allows someone else to take their pot shot, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, when the team fights are good, and funnily enough, I would actually probably say that I think the team fights are the least interesting in Cryo, because a lot of that's like really tight corridors.
Yeah.
And, like
it doesn't
for me,
allow
like,
for a lot of
research.
like flanking. Yeah. You're very. I like the open ability to sort of maneuver people around and get a couple different angles, and then maybe you stumble in a couple of one-on-one fights on either side. Cryo, where they all are, pretty much fucking teed, because you need to stick as a unit, which is an interesting dynamic in and of itself. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, like. Like the most interesting fights I think we've had are like, bio research, greenhouse, algae, maybe maintenance. Like I think Dire, honestly, Dire's a really good map. I like Dire a lot. But
well, you get it again in season 2, but it's dark now.
Indeed. But yeah, I mean, it just taps into something. Even though I'm kind of exhausting it now, it's still awesome.
Yeah.
The core gameplay is peak. Yeah. But yeah, that's Marathon.
Marathon.
Go play it.
Marathon.
Please.
Marathon. Still no music that good, but
Yeah.
Moving on. What else we got? That's your only game, right?
That is legitimately the only game I've played, guys. I'm a freak. I just played Marathon. Yeah. So tell me, what have you been playing, Bert?
We got the final verdict on Resident Evil 9 Requiem. It's done. It's over. It's finished. It was excellent. It was so good. It was fantastic. The ending was crazy. There was a wild bit of a how do you minor spoilers for the structure of RE9, because I'm not giving any plot details away, no doubt. I want to save all that stuff for sure. But there's a bit of a branch at the very, very final part of the game, like a branching narrative choice. And one of them was crazy, and that was the first one I did, and I was like, this is insane. I can't believe this just happened. And then you run the second one back, and you're like, this is the ending. This makes sense now. Okay, I get it. I can't believe we took it there. You shocked me and appalled me, but that was an ending. I finished it being like, oh, okay. Like, Jen was sitting there with me watching it, and she saw the look on my face, and she said I was just like, I had quite an expression. So, but beyond that, like, I think this is easily one of the best Resident Evil games without a doubt. It's one of the only ones in the 7, 8, 9 trilogy I definitely plan on replaying. And I think it juggled the dual protagonists nicely up until the very end, going as far as having some fun sort of like scene matching with some of the cutscenes, which I thought was really cool. The second half is kind of Leon's game, which I thought was interesting, because the first half was Grace's game. Grace featuring Leon in the first half, Leon featuring Grace in the second half. And I kind of wish there was almost more Grace at the very end of it. Like, that was one of the things I was kind of like, give me more of that. The horror stuff was so good. And I felt like, Leon stuff was still good, but it definitely, I think the strongest part of the game is kind of the first act, the first third, I guess you'd call it. First half, maybe. So... Definitely not like a disappointment because I think it stuck the landing really good and it was like a very satisfying conclusion. But at the same time, it kind of like has its stride right in the beginning when you're sort of doing the core Resident Evil mansion exploration in the care center in this case. So, overall though, it's tremendous. Like one of the best ones they've done. Like Capcom Redemption Arc, we're fully here. It's happening.
Oh shit!
You gotta check it out.
I
Man.
gotta
It's
grab
the
it.
Leon
It is
the
crazy.
Leon Bowl game.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Because especially if you're looking for something that's like
Oh,
a much tighter 20-hour experience rather than a 200-hour lifestyle choice, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and that is the thing. I have a bad relationship with games like this that don't really have an ending because I just like
I can play
just
this
keep
forever.
playing it. Yeah. Like
And
finding games
create
like
my own story every time. Yeah.
that. And because it is like so emergent, yeah, it feels fresh all that time. And
Every time.
at 200 hours, I'm starting to feel a little, but yeah. So I really should pick it up. Yeah. I mean, if anything, though, I will say I'm more keen to pick up. These are your thoughts on RE9?
Those are my thoughts on RE9. Yes, moving on.
A Saros.
Oh, interesting.
Saros.
Not the direction I
Yeah.
thought you were going to take that conversation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Saros just looks sick, dude. And
Yep.
and also
Well-
it is probably a meteor in the sense that like RE9 is like very tight.
I am also playing Saros, and I will give my thoughts on that, but can I follow it up with my thoughts on Pragmata? Because I want to finish my Capcom
With the
train of thought.
Capcom with the Capcom
Yes,
block.
the
Yeah,
Capcom
okay.
section here, and then I will
All
get
right,
to Saros, I promise.
That's fair. Sure.
Pragmata is really, really good. And I
Okay.
can't wait for the sequel. I'm not done it yet. I'm probably about halfway through, I'd say, maybe. It's really cool. I like any game that makes me, rub my stomach and pat my head. That's my favorite game. I like that game in any context. It's
Fair
always
enough.
great. The World Ends With You is still peak for me. Whatever kind of gets me to sort of, do one thing while doing another thing, I like that as a core gameplay mechanic. Pragmata is good. The aesthetic is unbelievable. Story, it's okay. Yeah, it's kind of a little by the book so far. It's cute. It's quaint. It's kind of almost charming how earnest and pleasant it is. You're so used to the deal. Dad and little AI girl essentially. And then like I like that dynamic almost always. But what really makes it unique in Pragmata is the sort of like positive relationship that they have. Like they're so earnest and wholesome, and normally you got the Joel type who's sort of a brooding like, well, I had a daughter once and terrible things happen and I will never love again. And now Hugh is just like, yeah, the ocean's amazing, we're gonna go see it one day. It's so like upbeat and like happy-go-lucky, which I appreciate. It actually is kind of like a nice change of pace. So that's like nice, but at the same time, beyond that, there's not a whole lot going on. It's a rescue mission to the moon. They're trying to fix things, and the AI has taken over the colony and started 3D printing like crazy. Not a lot of insane rhetoric here. Some, slight notions about like, how it's like cheaper to cheaper to replace a broken product rather than it is to create like a quality good one. There's some stuff there in that regard. There's a lot of like disposable things. Like enemy types feel very sort of like, there's definitely a little bit of commentary within them, but at the same time, there's also a lot of wacky Capcom designs for some of them. Gameplay's cool. I like the gameplay. It's not quite hard enough yet for me. Like there's like the main story. You're progressing through areas which are linear with branching paths, and then there's a couple of like trials off to the side, which are sort of like VR trials, I guess you'd call them. And those are fun. And I was just getting to the point now where they were kind of ramping up in difficulty. And I didn't really have too many problems with any of them. Like I found all of them, like I could wrap my head around in a couple of attempts there. And I saw some people like complaining about the controls and like how hard it is kind of like to get your hack target kind of where you want. Because essentially just it's where you look with like aiming down the sights that'll like choose that as your hack target and open the hacking grid. And you essentially use the face buttons like to guide the little arrow through the grid. You want to hit nodes on the way to strengthen it, and then there's special nodes, which are like limited consumable items, which give you special effects like it'll multi-hack, it'll target multiple enemies at the same time, or it'll open them up and make them more vulnerable to a certain type of damage or stuff like that. And that's kind of the core loop. You're juggling, hacking them open with Diana to expose their weak points, and then lighting them up with Hugh with various guns and things to. There's like standard sort of damage dealing weapons, and then there's sort of like traps that sort of like stun people in place and hold them there and shit like that. So there's like a good combat loop there in and of itself, but then there's some other fun stuff on top with a little bit of build crafting where there's like multiple types of, I forget what they call them, but it's like a mode you can go into, and the one that I've currently got is like while you're hacking, you'll get these special nodes that if you activate one of them during the time that it takes you to finish the hack, like shooting the enemy increases the damage of the hack. So it really incentivizes like, high rate of fire weaponry specifically, because that's what's going to rack up that hack damage very quickly there, and then you complete the hack and it does sort of a big spike of damage, and you can kind of spec more into doing like the hacking stuff or the shooty stuff. It feels a little more incentivizing the shooty stuff, but I'm trying to go all in on the hacky stuff and see if I can kind of do like a pure hack build, which is kind of interesting too.
Cool. That does seem interesting, actually. Yeah.
There's sauce.
It's like, two different... I mean, it does... Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of potential in that kind of combat system, and that's definitely the one thing about it that seemed really curious to me. It seems like one of those things where, it like either really works for you or it doesn't, and I mean, it looks... I want to try it. It looks really curious.
It's interesting. It's hard to say.
Puzzle solving plus...
Yeah. The price is hefty for what it is, I think, but I like... It's also like an RE Engine game that was made for the RE Engine, so it just feels like a premium fucking game. Like it's like
nice.
It's smooth as fuck. It looks so good. Like there's some aesthetics I don't know if you've seen from any of the trailers, but there's essentially like a 3D printed version of Times Square that just like blew my mind when I stepped into it. So that stuff is kind of what elevates it to feel like a little bit more premium for sure.
Nice.
You have an earthquake there, buddy? What's going? I see for the video creeps.
Oh god, is it shaking? Oh
it
god,
is.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up this video.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, that's better than you dying to an earthquake. That's actually totally fine.
It's my time.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but yeah, man. Like I like the music as well. Also excellent for Pragmata. I honestly think like the story and maybe some of the dialogue are kind of some of my only weak parts. But even like I said, like there's like a fun earnestness to it that I still really enjoy.
Yeah.
It's just not the most like, it's not gonna rock your world with like insight.
Yeah.
It's pretty like light fare overall.
I mean, at the very least, it looks quite charming.
Oh, well, I'd say so.
Yeah,
I'd say so. Like
sure.
Diana herself is obviously hitting she's the main character really. Like she's got the most personality, and it's really about like her experiencing the world through Hugh's eyes, I guess you'd say. So she does take center stage, and she is charming and cute and enjoyable, and she kind of steals the show. And her voice actor's great. Like Hugh's also doing a great job as well too. So I'll keep going with that. But yeah, like another Capcom banger in a year of Capcom bangers. So like props to them.
They just can't miss. They can't miss. They never stop missing.
Except for Dragon's Dogma, but we don't talk about that. Yes, Pragmata is good. But yes, Saros, I will indulge you. To ask me your Saros questions, and I will answer.
Well, is it good? Of course it's good, actually. I guess the question is it a worthy successor to Returnal? I think you were actually saying,
the question, yes. Yeah.
You were saying, I think, that you actually think Returnal is better, which is interesting because, I just want to kind of maybe explore that a little bit. Why would you say that?
I so far
vibes?
Like Returnal more. I don't know. It's a little bit of vibes. It's a little bit of the challenge. I don't get me wrong. Saros is still hard, but I think inherently the shield that they add, which is sort of tied to your melee ability. Like imagine if in Returnal, every time you swipe the sword, you gained a shield that absorbed 80% of all projectiles in the game. And you can kind of pop that at any time, and not only it's actively encouraged by the gameplay because it charges your alt fire, which is like you pull down the trigger fully, and that's what he turns his hand into sort of a, there's a couple of different weapons, but that's essentially what charges the alt fire, is absorbing projectiles with the shield. So there's a cool risk reward system there at play that I really enjoy, where it's like you want to throw yourself into the line of fire, ensure you have enough shield to absorb a big chunk of blasts there. And sometimes it gets a little confusing visually with like them combining the absorbable shots with the non-absorbable shots, and it's like kind of tough to gauge it sometimes. But overall, I think it's a good system. I think it's good. It's not quite as challenging, I think, as Returnal though. Like I think just fundamentally some of the enemy patterns and the bullet patterns and the lack of the shield in Returnal made it a harder game, which I think kind of appealed to me a little bit more. Also, the roguelite systems in Saros are a lot more like, I don't know what I'd say, like basic. Like it's like you have a skill tree that you earn the currency, like the obolites of Returnal, right? The things you earn on your run there, they were only able to be spent in runs. But in Saros, you take half of whatever you earned back to the spawn, or like the hub world or whatever, right? And those go towards like upgrades and stuff like that. If you manage to beat the boss, you can take all your obolites back. So you manage to get out and kill a boss, you get a big payday of a good chunk of your credits there, which is fun. That feels good. But it way more feels like this one is about like, well, you didn't make it through last time there, champ. Well, you get a little more credits to help you get along your way there, and work your way towards that, rather than like, oh, I could have done that with what I had there. Like, I definitely could have made it. This one feels very much geared towards like, you should probably get some upgrades, right? Which I'm like, I'm not keen on that. I don't think that's an improvement. It's more of a side grade, which is like not better, not worse, just different, which is, that's fine. But I don't know, man. Like, story-wise, there's some interesting stuff going on. They're doing a lot more story swings. There are more characters. There's more dialogue. There's more interactions, for better or worse. I'm not necessarily as intrigued by the mystery of this story, and partially that is because I have been spoiled on it, so there's a little bit of that at play there too, which is unfortunate. Returnals is also a story that's like kind of tough to spoil, I think, which I think is sort of what helps the narrative like be as engaging and intriguing as it is. Whereas like Saros, there were a few things that I think people latched onto about it, with the nature of the protagonist and what happens with it, that got totally just like lambasted and driven into the dirt there. And I don't think they're very strong complaints against the game. I've yet to see how they kind of bring them into the fold there, but I'm like, all right, that's a single line spoiler they can throw out there that kind of sucks, that I don't think is really particularly interesting, and as a result of that, I'm not really interested by where the story's going right now. The stuff with like the eclipse, which is what this whole thing is around, right? Like the eclipse is happening over and over again on this planet, and Rahul Kohli's character seems to be the only one who can experience this, and everyone else is unaware of this loop, which is kind of interesting. I think that's really cool. I'm a sucker for that kind of sci-fi plot, where it gives me some sort of like Chronos the New Dawn vibes with a little bit of some other ideas that I really enjoy. So that's really interesting. I like that stuff. The inter-character stuff is like, all right, we'll see where this goes. I'm along for the ride there. But yeah, man, I don't know if I'd say it's a worthy successor yet. It feels more just like another one, but different.
Interesting. Would you recommend it?
Do
you think I'd like it?
I think you would like it. I'm going to hold off like giving my hard recommendation for it until I get a little further. I'm on the second area, and I think Returnal had 6 areas. I think this will probably have a similar number.
Okay.
But it's cool. I like it. It's fun. It feels good. The guns feel good to shoot. It's interesting. The world is cool. I just feel like maybe this is a little bit also of like, it's a hard sequel. Like I guess I don't know what you call it, like a soft sequel. Spiritual sequel. Like, I thought they were going to tie more together from Returnal and this, but it seems to be very much doing its own thing. But at the same time, it's impossible to not compare it to the fact that we've had a very similar game like this before, and it doesn't feel quite as fresh this time around as a result. So there's a little bit of that.
Yeah. Right. I see. Interesting. I mean, looks awesome.
Visually, it's great.
I want to. Yeah. I mean, I really want to play it. So I'm curious then. Buyer's guide here. Okay, I got a little cash to splurge. What would I grab? Is it RE9? Is it Saros? What's the play?
I feel like RE9 is like a hard. It's such an easy recommend for me.
Yeah.
RE9 is like gold start to finish. I have no grievances. Saros, I'm a little more conflicted over, but I still think it's really good. Pragmata is more of one of those games where I was like, this is really good, but this is almost like, I wouldn't say it's quite as jank as like a Dragon's Dogma, but it's not necessarily like a quality thing. It's more like that's just like a very different game for people
who like
niche. Yeah, it's like it's incredibly niche.
It's very
sold crazy numbers, and they're already pushing out a sequel. So like I think they said they already did 1 million, which is nuts.
Yeah, I wonder if that's I wonder what kind of budget these games kind of have, right?
You gotta wonder,
these sort of single, because I mean, everybody. I hate to bring up Marathon again, but everybody craps on like, oh, the numbers are terrible, blah blah blah. But that game sold 1 million copies.
Yeah.
And so, but that had a massive budget. Like insane, and Pragmata sells 1 million. It's like, oh hell yeah, let's go, and I'm like, okay, so did that one make money? What was the budget?
I think
it looks pretty high fidelity, and I don't know. I just don't understand these things.
My thoughts would go towards like the engine. I think they're getting pretty good at developing the RE engine, which probably makes for a more efficient process and just like timeline, right? Like Marathon was in development for like 8 years or some shit, right? Pragmata, I think they announced it like 3-4 years ago, right?
Oh, okay.
That's the biggest thing. You're just like hard numbers
of
like paying a whole staff of people for 4 years. Yeah. That's the difference.
I mean, time is probably your biggest enemy, I guess. Development time.
That's it.
Yeah, when you're talking about budgets and all that. So makes sense. Makes sense.
But yeah, I'd definitely say order of priority would go like everyone should play RE9. If you're a Resident Evil fan, RE9 is a must-play Resident Evil game. Pragmata is very, very cool, and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
There are things about it. Like, let me just put it this way: if someone's it's so bad, actually, if someone's watching me play Pragmata, there are things I kind of just need to like stare at the screen for and be like, "Yep," like you know what I'm talking? That feeling when you're like, you're kind of embarrassed, but not enough that you need to acknowledge it, because it's like.
What do you mean though? What in the game is
just
like
there's
this?
like there's little dialogue moments and things. It's like a lot of like the enjoyment from like the hub world is like watching Diana like play with a thing like a beach ball or something like that, and it's like seeing her cute little mocap animations is like the heart of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like. There are things in Pragmata, and like there are little dialogue things as well. That's the other thing I'm thinking about. It's like there's little lines like here and there where it's like I'm being a little reductive, but it's like, the beach is fun. Having fun at the beach is good, and it's like, I'm being like super hyperbolic.
You're like someone walks in, it's like
yeah, exactly. And you
just like this slow.
Kind of play it straight. You know
I know exactly the feeling you're talking about.
And it's like it's not like bad. It's never like so much where I'm like, this is fucking cringe. I hate this. But it's enough where I'm like, this kind of holds this back from being like excellent. I think
Right. Okay. I feel like Japanese games do have that.
That's the thing.
A localization thing.
Yeah, it's a little localization thing. Yeah. I think it's a little bit of cultural differences there.
Yeah.
But like
but they have that quality.
The nature of a Western story like The Last of Us telling a father-daughter dynamic versus Pragmata and its depiction of a father-daughter dynamic are very different. And like I said, there are things about the earnest, positive relationship that Hugh and Diana have that I find very refreshing after years of gritty father-daughter things, but at the same time there's a couple things where I'm like, yeah, we probably could have done without that line.
You know what you're getting into though.
Yeah,
you know what you're getting into
exactly.
with that.
And it's like I'm cool with that stuff. I love the rubbing your head and patting your stomach gameplay, and the aesthetic is enough to carry it for me. But there's little things along the because we had just finished RE9, me and my girlfriend, and then I booted up Pragmata. She's like, "This is very different." But it's also kind of the same because they're both on like RE9 engine or on the RE engine, right? So
you can see
you kind of see the similarities, but they're so tonally different. And I think that like RE9 strikes a very masterful tone that is like a good embracing of its video game identity while also being very like cinematic and grounded and having like well choreographed and directed cutscenes, and that stuff's all great. Pragmata's kind of getting its footing there, and I think I opened up the Pragmata thing by saying it's going to be a great sequel. Like I think they've got a good a good footing there, and I think if we play, like grown-up Diana later on, or I don't know how the stories go on, but like I think if they take this in like a natural progression there, it could be fantastic. And then Saros, excellent game, a lot of fun, really enjoying it so far. I've been really glued to it, to be honest. Like I really have been like, I want to play more of that. I want to play more of that.
Okay, I mean that, yeah.
Like the gameplay and that core is still 100% there. Yeah, like that. If you like playing Returnal, it's more Returnal. So just go in expecting that, and you're gonna have a great time.
Nice. I mean that's good. That's enough for me.
Yeah,
I definitely want to play it eventually, for sure. It looks super cool, super dope.
And one other game I got just off to the sideline. This is it. I swear.
Okay.
Invincible Versus did come out. And
I
did want to talk
yeah.
about that.
I guess we do gotta talk about that. Yeah.
It's a little silly. It's a little fun. I've been playing it with one of our buddies who doesn't play fighting games, and it's been pretty rough because it's probably the most system mechanic heavy fighting game I've ever played. And if you don't play with them, they will kill you. They will kill you dead. Lots of silly
What do you
stuff.
mean, though?
There's one. Well, like specifically, there's the whole notion that like doing a tag, like tagging in during a combo, resets the combo meter. So you can do light, medium, heavy, light, medium, heavy, special, super, into a tag, and then you can go light, medium, heavy, special, super into a tag, light, medium, heavy, special, super into a tag, and that'll kill anyone. That's like
an infinite is just part of the game, and it's like.
But at any time, whenever you do that tag out there, someone can do I time a button press and I push you off of me and you stops your combo. The number of people I have played who just skip the tutorial or don't understand that mechanic is insane. Because like they don't get it, and it's just free. Yeah, and it's like
wow,
it's really crazy to see people just like refusing to learn a fighting game mechanic that is integral to the game.
I mean. Yeah, here's the way you don't get infinite.
Yeah.
Like, kind of important.
Yeah, and it's not even like a burst thing, like do it once per game thing. It's like you need to do this every time they press this button.
That's the mechanic.
Yeah.
I see. Like, so basically, like the mechanics are, okay, stop the infinite. Like that is the game. You have to
that is one of them, but there are so many
to reset
as far
to
as like, you know, you got your typical tag game fighter things. You got your snapbacks. You got your, assist extenders. You got like, oh my gosh, like what are the actual weird system mechanics? I'm drawing a blank. There are charge attacks which create crumple states, and doing snapbacks during crumple states is what creates stage transitions. I think I mentioned that last time, which is sort of a weird element. But then there's this whole like tagging during a combo system, which has you able to stagger your like tag in. It's essentially like. When you do like the tag in, the other person presses a button with a proper timing, and it stops it. But then it turns into a rock paper scissors thing where it's like I know that he's gonna press the button to stop my tag in, so I'm gonna hold the button and it's gonna delay my tag in. And so if he doesn't react to the delayed one, then I'm gonna get him. And then there's like another. So it's like this rock paper scissors of tagging that like is sort of a very like it's rock paper scissors, which is not like a good thing. It's very like. One of the three is going to happen. I'm going to fucking guess, right? So I'm not huge on that. There's a little bit of conditioning, but it's not very good. So that's something I'm kind of mixed on. But there's other things I love. Like I really enjoyed the story mode. It was about an hour. It was just like a strong episode. And I love the fact that there's like unique character interactions between every single character on intro and outro, which I'm like, that's great. That's good shit. Like a lot of fighting games don't bring that level of like I'm going to give a unique dialogue thing for every single possible matchup. That
I do appreciate that.
That stuff's good. And then I like the core gameplay. I like some of the systems that play there. I like the fact that almost 75% of the roster are like Magneto 8-way air dashers that I think is just like the sickest shit ever. Like it feels good to play the Viltrumites.
Everyone, wow.
It's insane because you can just do like short hops and then do like diagonal dashes downwards into the enemy, and it's the easiest way to skip neutral you could possibly imagine. Not only can you do a jump, like a short hop into a diagonal a wave dash. It's essentially a wave dash. But you can do like an enhanced wave dash by spending a little bit of your burst, like your boost meter, and it's like even faster. It like sends you like careening down and sliding along the ground like a true wave dash, which is like crazy shit to give to some of these characters.
Yeah, I mean that sounds very thematic though. Actually,
they're strong. They feel.
With the Viltrumites. Yeah,
it ties back to that whole conversation. It's like we can create our own momentum. It's like sure enough, they actually can, and it feels good.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Would I recommend it to a non-Invincible fan?
Yeah, I mean that's the question, I guess.
It's $40,
right?
Like I say it's pretty fun. I'm having a good time with it, but the call of the Guilty Gear and Street Fighter is just like it's hard to like if you've got those as options.
Well, with the competition, it is hard
exactly.
To
it's
break
like
through.
what's kind
really
of making
hard.
you want to play Invincible versus other than it being the Invincible fighting game. That being said, I think if you like those games like Killer Instinct, this game taps into that.
It's a different flavor.
Yeah,
and maybe that could be it, right? Like if it's different. It's I mean like it seems very different than it's not Street Fighter or Guilty. Like
totally.
It doesn't play like that at all.
Totally different.
So yeah, and that has worth. I mean I feel like that's kind of what you have to do to really break through, unless you have like an insane budget and incredible like brand or whatever. You know what I mean? Like this IP cache. Like a Street Fighter, recognizable characters and whatnot. So.
Well, fighting game fans have sort of a embarrassment of riches this year between like Avatar fighting game coming up and Tekken later this year as well too. Like it's gonna be some good stuff, man. And it's like
Tekken will get me back on the horse.
That'll be good. I'm honestly more stoked for the Avatar fighting game, dude. Everything they've shown looks
Really?
crazy. Like,
Really, I haven't seen any follow-up to that.
oh man, they showed some crazy character trailers, and some of them are like absolute love letters to the characters, to the whole franchise, really. And just like the actual core gameplay also looks fucking sick. So I'm stoked for that.
Yeah, I know it looks really well polished. Like it's super polished, and it looks sick.
Yeah.
I really hope it turns out really well.
We shall
see.
see.
I would definitely get that.
Little
it's
news time, perhaps. Sorry, well, you have something else there?
Oh well, I mean, it's just a perfect IP for it, for a fighting
Yeah,
game. But
yeah.
anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what I was gonna say.
Well, that's old news.
Yeah.
This is new news. It's time for news.
New news. The news that is new.
New news
Coming
for yous.
hot in.
What do we got?
Well, all right, we just gonna address the elephant in the room, guys. Just get it out there.
There's an elephant in here? What the fuck?
Shoot that guy. Shoot him right
Shoot
now.
him dead with my
Shoot the
elephant gun.
Kill him.
Kill that big old elephant. What do we shoot?
Speaking of killing, goodbye, Destiny.
Oh yeah.
It was nice.
Well,
it was. Bird just doesn't care. He forgot about it already, man. He's like,
know, man.
Move on. He's like, get over it.
I don't even know what to say anymore, dude. I'm just like actually so like. What is? There's nothing left. It's over. It's been a slow death for a long time. It's just like the writing's been on the wall. I saw this coming.
The writing is on the wall.
Yeah,
there's no question.
And I guess that's sort of the more interesting thing. Is it's like if you had asked me one day ago when I thought about this, I probably would have gotten pretty sappy. And now I'm sort of seeing some of these bile-ridden reactions to what's going on, and I'm a little more taken aback by like people's brand loyalty to this when like this has been going on for 11 years.
Guys, you know what? And on that note, I will say, because, that's what I'm seeing, too. I'm seeing, like, this whole discourse of people getting up in arms and, like, shouting into the void and being super angry. And I'm like, guys,
specifically being
were
like...
you playing the game? Like, were you...
That's the other thing, yeah.
Were you playing it? Like, it was kind of... it was on its way out, man. It was on its dying breath.
And it's also had its own share of problems over. But, yeah, like, people like Aztec Cross being like, I will burn Marathon's corpse if it means getting Destiny 3.
That's
like,
what I mean. What? And it's interesting because, I mean, I don't really have much of a relationship with Destiny. I love Marathon, and it's just why do we suddenly hate Marathon?
Because it killed Destiny, Tristan. Obviously, you idiot.
It absolutely did not kill Destiny.
It was all Marathon's fault. Nothing was wrong with Destiny until Marathon came along. It was a perfect game for all 11 years.
Clearly, I had no issues.
Maybe
it was at the height.
Irony aside, let's do a quick recap. I put together a list here because I feel like I knew this was going to come up.
We got to talk about it.
Over the last decade, Destiny has vaulted $200 of paid expansion content. They have changed the director to a mobile UI. They've released Lightfall with the world's worst MacGuffin, which was the Veil. They sunset half the weapons. They locked more and more cosmetics behind Eververse. They piecemealed content behind dungeon keys, battle passes, event passes. They built a predatory FOMO-driven seasonal economy. They maintained the world's worst onboarding experience for new players of any game I've ever met. Paywalled basic features like transmog, subjected us to levels of grind that I didn't even think was possible. Like some of the shit they asked you to do was insane. And let's not even getting into the disaster that was, Destiny 2 year 1. I wasn't there for that. But like for people to be like, wow, what a great game. We had a good time with Destiny 2. It's like the rose-tinted glasses are insane. Like people are losing it.
He came with the list. He was ready. He went back to the lab, the Bat Cave, and simmered on it. He's like, I'm taking these motherfuckers
Computer,
down.
pull up everything wrong with Destiny 2.
I love the computer guy. That's so funny, man.
Computer, kill this company.
It's very funny because our Discord is a Destiny group, right? That's how
That is true.
We
are the dancing density dudes.
Indeed, and it's interesting because there's such a mix of reactions here. But for Burton, who's spent a lot of time in this game, is this like
this is my most played game? This is my most played game of all time.
Right? Like
it's not even close.
I mean that's crazy. Like, well, think about that. That's insane.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, a game that like you have to love it, but you're like, fuck this game. You're just like, kill it, let it die. He doesn't care.
I don't know, man. It's such a conflicting thing because it's like I saw the beauty, but now it's like there's actually things that I'm like seeing. Like I actually, story wise and lore wise and world wise, I'd say I actually go so far as to like actively dislike, if not hate, Destiny. I think the lore and the world and the characters and like all that shit is actual fucking garbage. It's so bad. I don't think there was ever a single redeeming moment outside of Savathun and the Witch Queen where I'd say I enjoyed the story.
Well, yeah, it didn't have story going for it, that's for sure.
And I'd say like point. You know, between the way that every expansion was so chopped up and never really told a full story, I never really got engaged with any of that. I wouldn't say I really enjoyed any characters, like even, you know, Cade, for all his Nathan Fillion goodness, always felt like a pastiche parody of a character rather than like an actual true to goodness character until they brought him back. Like it was like then it was like, okay, I see there's a bit of an essence of a character in here, but it was just such a weird way to. But I've never really enjoyed any of that stuff. I've been there for the gameplay, for the raids, for the content, for the social element, for the art, for the music, for the gunplay. That's why I was sticking around.
Yeah, I mean, undeniably. That shit was peak, right?
It was peak. It was peak. It was peak.
It was good.
But then everything else was so mismanaged and fumbled along the way that
it's crazy.
I mean, Jason Schreier, you know, one of the GOAT reporters, put out a, I think, hour-and-a-half long video about why Destiny died, and it's like nothing I say in the next couple of minutes will, you know, amount to anything other than like
justice,
my experience was I had a lot of fun playing Destiny. I wouldn't ever have any point really said it was a good game because of the way it has been so
interesting
jank. It was like it's legitimately like an addiction that I got, and I got addicted to the notion of like social engagement on there. And I think that, you know, there's beautiful artistic merit to the game. I think there's so much good stuff that is tucked away in a mismanaged product that was always going to be a product and was always like cursed to be a product, that at no point did I ever break through that feeling of like, this is not living up to what it could be. This doesn't feel like a real video game, which is crazy to say, but like,
that's, you know, it's so fascinating what because I feel like this is, like they said, like there's so many like rose tinted glasses, you know, like Astacross, right? He's coming back like, I can't believe this. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
No, you can't take away my game.
And everyone, like, every clip of Astacross for the past 10 years has been like, oh, thank you, Bungie. Thank you, Bungie. I fucking hate this game. And it's like, pick a lane, man.
I mean, I think it's just because his channel is tied to that game. It's probably part of it.
Makes money off it. Yeah, that's exactly.
But still, it is very fascinating where, you know, I feel like you have almost like a contrarian opinion. I mean, I think a lot of people agree that it was mismanaged, but I feel like with this whole news of it dying, a lot of people are being like, wow, I can't believe it. It was that great. But
you're like, at the same time, dude, I cried. I literally rewatched like the Destiny 1 like vidoc, the original vidoc they put out, and like that fucking cap off that they have there. It's like, how can anything be bigger than Halo? We'll see. And it just like hit me like a truck. I was like, what's happening? Why am I crying? Like, because I've met so many of my like lifelong friends on that game, and I've spent 4,000 hours of my life just like in that space, in that world, listening to that music, like cultivating like a sense of space and purpose and meaning. And like, well, you know, I think the actual in-game like lore and story never really delivered on giving you that sense of like a bigger picture or a larger world. I think that like the world that we created with our friends, was like the real Destiny.
The real Destiny is the friends we made along the way.
Honestly, man, like, oh my god,
holy shit, it's true.
Holy shit, dude! It was never about finding our destiny or becoming legend, guys.
Oh my god.
All we have is the time we spend with each other. Go hug your loved ones right now, guys. This game gave me an existential crisis. I don't know what I should give that for like a score, you know? Like,
Actually, that is an interesting question. I have to say. I mean, I think it is a bit reductive to maybe throw a score on it. But if you were gun to head, if you had to throw a score on Destiny,
Well, I gotta say, Tristan, it really has something for everyone. 7 out of 10.
He's a game journalist, boys.
Yeah.
He was ready. He's made for this. Get this man at IGN.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Truly something for everyone.
I don't know. It is for me as an outsider. That's like, dabbled in it. I played Final Shape. I liked it, right? But I had no real skin in the game. I just played along with the, and it was fun. It was good. But yeah, so I would say like, I don't know. I mean, the game felt good to play, and the bits that I did play felt good. I guess just because I was never in the weeds, it's so interesting that people are like, yeah, this fucking suck. What the hell? What's going? I can't believe it. And I don't. Yeah. So it's just interesting, the mix of emotions that are going around, and yeah.
Well, so like also for you, your unique perspective of being like uniquely on the marathon train and having no skin in the Destiny game is
indeed.
Super weird, because it's like,
it
I
weird.
fucking hate you and I hope you die for liking that game. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, and like I'm like this niche game that apparently is dying, and I'm a huge fan of it, and now I'm killing Destiny.
It's your fault. Yeah.
It's
like, dude, it's the same artists that worked on Destiny. They've been fighting the suits there for like 10 years. It's the same guys.
Yeah, so and maybe you could share some insight on this. I know we're kind of digging deep here, but I was watching some videos, like some takes on this, and one of them was bringing up that like it's horribly mismanaged, and like the employees were like being, hey, like we shouldn't be taking this direction, whatnot. I don't really know the details there though. Like what exactly?
Well, they've had a number of strong.
Where do they falter?
There have been strong directors at that company for sure. Like Joe Blackburn was an absolute gem, and like the level of open communication he had with the community was huge as well too. I think it was like really, really important, and he was one of the best directors we had for sure. But they've undergone so many revisions now and so much turnover that like you can only imagine that like what leads to that is poor leadership from the top. Pete Parsons and his notorious card collection at this point suggests that the problems were from the top down every single time, and like the any amount of art that was attempting to happen there was constantly stifled by suits and focus groups and intervention from above saying, okay, that's great, but how do we monetize it? How do we turn it into a product? How do we sell another one next year, right? And we've gone on record as saying Destiny is a rich man's game. It was unbelievable the level of monetization they achieved between $60 to $80 expansions every year, not even considering the sort of like highest end of that with the collector's editions of that shit, which included the actual seasons, which were all necessary if you wanted to play the game for any amount of time beyond the initial offering. So like all that stuff just contributed to a downward spiral where I'm sure morale at the company was in a fucking free fall at any given time. And then, some of the directors seem more competent than others as well too. So there's just like there's no lack of overhead problems that I'm sure they were dealing with on the daily.
Right. I see. It is interesting. It's a very interesting case, honestly. So I guess that leaves us with the question, Bert. Are you going back? Are you doing the last hurrah?
The guys want to get together for one last raid, and they were like, let's do a day. We'll do some of the old raids and then maybe do one of the new ones. I was like, I will play the one raid that we didn't play from the final shape, and then I'm so ready to end this chapter of my life forever and say goodbye to this game. And I wish there was a way that I could not only uninstall it from my console, but from my life. So there's no chance that it could ever return. Like, to take it off of the console is not enough.
Crazy.
Because, like, always the group comes back and they're like, let's get together again. And it's like, no, I need to be able to say, like, sorry, guys, I uninstalled that from my life. I don't have it anymore. Like,
computer uninstalled in the memory.
Yeah, computer.
The Men in Black shit.
Computer, remove this from my brain.
Jesus Christ. That is, oh man, I've never had that relationship with the game before. That's crazy. That is actually crazy.
It's a wild relationship we've got. Yeah.
Were the 4,000 hours worth it?
No.
Was it all
God, no.
Oh
no.
my.
No.
All right, gang. Destiny was a mistake. You heard it here.
Take up a hobby instead, like painting little minis. At least you'll have a nice little army to show for it afterwards.
Destiny cringe. Warhammer based.
Very based.
Paint those minis. Yeah, hell yeah.
We're getting there.
All right. Well,
in the vein of other Bungie shooters, though, I had a quick little story about the Halo, the new Halo game.
What the Involved combat
campaign Evolved?
Campaign Evolved.
Yeah. Our article from Windows Central here. It's not really an in-studio project. New Halo report suggests Xbox's Campaign Evolved remake used a lot of outsourcing, quote unquote, for development. And I'm just like, man, these guys just can't catch a break. Like, what are we doing? It's your only game. You have nothing left. Why are we outsourcing Halo? Like, what is happening?
Why? Jesus Christ. Who's the studio? Is it? I don't know.
It's Halo Studios, which was formerly
Halo,
343 Studios, right? 343 Industries.
Yes,
whatever.
they just rebranded.
They
right?
literally just changed the name because the bad reputation associated with 343 was so rampant that they were like, we need to get out of here.
That's correct. What is going on? Like, what?
Dude, it's nuts, man.
You've been working on Halo property for how long now, and you can't remaster the game.
Like, let's just say that sentence out loud there. The new Halo game is not being worked on by Halo Studios.
What the hell is going on?
What
is happening? Guys, you're fired. Like,
you're outsourced.
Good grief. That's insane.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. It's a pretty crazy headline.
Yeah, I think they said
I have a lot less faith in
they said that it's previously reported that Abstraction, which is a subsidiary of the game development support studio Virtuos, who worked on Oblivion Remastered and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, has helped with both level and technical design for Campaign Evolved. But to be clear, they've said that like a lot of outsourcing was used to create Campaign Evolved, even for core programming and design. So that's not so much so that it's not really an in-studio project. So it's like, what are those guys working on, man?
What are they doing?
These are the
mysteries.
mysteries.
Do you guys are you a studio anymore? Like,
they're Halo Studios, but they don't make that new Halo game. That's someone else.
They just hold the IP.
I guess so. That's literally it.
Yeah.
That is literally
it. Okay. That's a game that's being made.
Halo no
apparently.
Longer made by Halo. Moving on. Witcher 3 DLC comes out 10 years later. What the fuck?
What is happening?
They teased it, but I thought it was fake.
The rumors were true.
I guess so.
You know what though? That game has and also, well, sorry, that's a different headline, but the next gen remake, I don't know how long ago that came out. I saw it on Steam and I'm like, it looks pretty good. Definitely reason to play it again, but it is actually insane that there's a DLC coming out for it. I mean, it's got an insane, like, that's probably their highest selling game, right? So I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, but you have like an install base of like whatever 5 million people or some shit, right? Like,
it's got to be. No, I think it's like crazy.
I think you're. I honestly think you're right as well.
I think it's actually like,
it's nuts.
I think it's like 30 million.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
But yeah, it's like you got 30 million people ready to buy another DLC to segue up for the next game. It still looks pretty good. People like the gameplay, and it probably will be standalone as well, too, right? So it's like, why not have a little chapter that leads into your next journey, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I undersold it. It's actually 60 million. That's insane.
Fuck, yeah.
That's crazy.
Legendary RPG. But unbelievable that they're, like, coming back after all this time to like polish it off, which is nuts. Every time that a new DLC comes out for Witcher 3 and I haven't finished it, I feel more validated because I'm like, yes, I'll play that once they're all done. And now it's been like 15 years and it's like still not done.
Yeah, seriously.
Because it's been 10 years since Blood and Wine, which is crazy.
Since the expansion. Oh my god.
Yeah, they landed it on the exact anniversary date of Blood and Wine.
When did this Witcher 3 release?
What's the name of the new DLC? I'm already forgetting it. What's it called?
I had it written down. Oh my god, I wrote it down.
I got it here. I got
Christ.
what do we got?
Season of something. Songs of the Past. Okay.
Songs of the Past. Songs of the Past. There you go. Go back to Witcher 3 after all this time. I gotta say, the new key art was just enough to get me excited. I was like, oh my god, we're so back.
Key art looks cool.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I don't know. I could see myself going back.
I'll
Especially
go
with
back.
the next gen update.
100%.
The next gen update, that game looks good.
Yeah, I wonder if I
Right.
can run it on the next gen update on my rig. I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot on PC more than I did on console for sure. I like the PC interface more.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And mods
But
are
that
cool
game,
too. There's some good
that
mods.
undeniably legendary. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
top game for me.
Ironically, my least
100%.
favorite Witcher game, but you know, it is what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. You like the other two more?
I'd say probably 1 is my favorite, and then followed by 2, and then 3.
Ah, why is that though?
I don't know. I just vibed with it. I was like, 1 was so comfy and weird and out there. This ties back to whatever weird fucking thing I have going on in my brain where I'm like, yes, the jank is good. I like the jank. I like that it's weird and bad. That's my favorite part about it.
Dragon dog.
I swear to God, this is not like a contrarian
broken
thing.
part of your brain.
My brain
man.
is just like wired in reverse or some shit. I don't know why I'm like this. I had like a long chat in the car.
Give me
on my
more
car ride
friction.
recently.
Make it hard, please.
Yeah,
Punish
yeah.
me. That's why we like marathon.
Yeah, and it's like, I was talking with my coworker in the car about like Iron Lung. He's like, no, that movie was shit and bad. And I was like, yes, but that's why I liked it. And I was just,
Was it bad though?
I don't know. I liked it. I liked it. So I can't say that much. But I recognize that it's like a pretty flawed and jank and poorly structured movie. But that's a whole other thing. But my point is more just like, I definitely have something wrong with me.
This just in news.
Yeah, but dude,
Something's wrong
yeah,
with
this is the
Bert.
next headline. Breaking news.
Yeah, because I mean those games have not. I don't think they've aged pretty well, and that's the thing. I think there was a headline that there's a remake coming.
They're doing a remake of
Witcher
1, yeah.
A 1, yeah.
But I mean, I played it
Yeah,
like
which
10
is-
years
which
ago,
is
and I
cool.
thought it was great. Like, I really thought it was excellent. I really enjoyed it.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, those games, if the writing's good, like
That's exactly it. That's literally
Yeah.
exactly it. Like, the visuals are jank. The combat's not great. There's lots of weird RPG systems. They're in depth. They're cool. But at the end of the day, it's just a well-written, well-voiced, well-acted game. Well-structured, well-paced.
Mhm.
Like, each
Yeah.
act has a very clear progression to it. And I guess part of it was I did 2, 1, 3, which was an interesting progression as well, too. Because I had an understanding of some of these places, like they had talked about in the lore, like Vizima and stuff like that. And to be able to explore some of those spaces fully in like a fully realized RPG from a very different era of RPGs, when they had just had different priorities, was like a very like refreshing experience after 2, which felt like it had been sort of like for the Xbox 360 generation, which is exactly what I was, and that's what's got me in the door. But then to go back to 1 where it's like, oh, this is like a real RPG, like it's a lot more in depth, I thought. So there were things I enjoyed about both of them. But yeah, anyway, 3 is great. I like 3 too. I just never finished it because it's a really long game, and I always get way too overwhelmed with the amount of stuff in it. So maybe this will be the cue, the prompt I finally needed.
It's awesome. You do have that problem. It's like the whole Elden Ring thing.
Same deal.
I gotta do everything. I must
Yeah,
do everything.
I know.
Please.
Well, not bad for a Ben.
That game is like you literally will never. There's no way.
I started it
There's
up again
no
recently
way.
to show Jen, and I was like overwhelmed just by dropping it. I was like, oh my god. It took me fucking 15 minutes to figure out the controls and remember how to two-hand my sword. And I was like, I don't even want to play it anymore.
That's a game I've thought about trying to get Anna into too, but just because it has really good writing, right? It's a good story game.
Sorry, what are we talking
Super
about?
solid writing. It's like the best part of that game.
Witcher?
Witcher 3, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
Next
thought you meant Elden Ring. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh
That's
god.
crazy.
Oh, you're talking about Elden Ring. That's what you meant.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
overwhelmed part. Oh,
Yeah,
my bad. Okay, I thought we were talking about The Witcher still. That's.
Oh no!
yeah.
I mean, it's a little. I was like, I was just like, I booted up Elden Ring, and I was just like, god damn. But yeah, Witcher is pretty easy, and it's a lot more accessible for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you just put it on story mode, right?
exactly.
Just, right.
Power through.
Cruise through it. Enjoy the writing. Best part of the game.
It's good shit.
On the note of well-written RPGs, we got our boys Warhorse. announcing that they're making a Lord of the Rings game,
That's
guys.
pretty hype.
Oh
That's
my
pretty hype.
god! Oh, that is hype. I'm not really I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings guy. I mean, I do think it's pretty dope. You know, it's a cool world, but I wouldn't describe myself as like a fan. But I'm a huge Warhorse fan.
It's like, and I feel like
I love KCD too.
There's no better developer to like take that property. I can't even imagine a better. I'm like immersive Lord of the Rings sim,
dude.
Bruh, that's
a
perfect combo,
bro. Yeah, I'm like KCD 2 with Lord of the Rings.
Just because like that was my problem with it. It's just like not problem, but like maybe my sort of like initial reticence to get into KCD was it's like it looks really good, but it's grounded. It's not fantasy. It's medieval, and like I like a little bit of design elements and some fantasy elements in my stuff. So like if they just stick with the same formula that you've described and then like pop it in Lord of the Rings there, that's immediately like a 10 out of 10 game.
Well, it's like it's plug and play. That's what I mean. It's like it's just straight up like
they have the formula.
Yeah, they do this, but with Lord of the Rings, and I'm gonna like
everyone's in.
Oh my, I think we're all on board, yeah. And I think it's just so perfect, and God, I hope it lands. That could be what turns me into a Lord of the Rings.
They're rewatching the movies with my girlfriend, and I'm like, I do love these for sure.
The movies are amazing.
It's just the length is the tough part. They're like 6 movies realistically. Like
you're watching the extended cut too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's fluff in there. You know?
A little bit, but it's all so good, and like the times that they hit with that score and those visuals coming together is like otherworldly. So like for you to be able to experience that yourself in the game is going to be unbelievable. To pull up over that hill
my God.
And like see those vistas on the horizon, and the score is going to swell, and you're going to be like, dude, this is video games.
Holy Jesus! You just pick it like you're like over the horizon you see like Mordor in the distance.
That's it.
You know. The eye and all that.
The booming drums kind of come in there. Like, oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be so unbelievable. Amazing. That's gonna be a game of all time, I think, dude. Honestly,
genuinely,
they can't fuck it up. How could they possibly fuck it up?
I don't know, man. Like I really like they've proven themselves, you know.
Well, this is gonna be a clip that ages really well if they ruin it. Yeah.
I mean, games are insanely hard to make, so God,
they make it look easy, man. Right, they make it look like it's chump change.
Yeah. God, I love Casey. I love that game. Let me boot it up after this.
Right back at he's back on the Warhorse.
Yeah. So.
Well, here, let's keep moving.
That's such a great. Let's keep on.
That's fantastic. Yeah, like
let's keep it going.
God, what a great like. Finally, some non-negative headlines. Okay, I'm almost through all my headlines, and we haven't brought up AI once, so this is a great podcast.
Thank God.
Yeah, really.
Thank God.
All right, well, I got one here. Tekken 8. Yujiro Hanma from Baki. What do you think?
Oh shit! Wait, I did not see this. What?
This is a Baki character in Tekken 8 as the new. And you know what, buddy? Sales fucking skyrocketed. I shit you not. It shot back up into the Steam top sellers.
Yeah. Oh.
Like this is crazy.
Okay, that's actually pretty hype.
It's fun. It's a cool one.
Is there a trailer? Oh, I missed this completely. Holy shit.
It's pretty silly. I don't think they showed anything yet. I think it was just like the teaser. But like, what a crazy choice. And it seems like another game might be getting Tifa later on as well too, which would be crazy.
That's right. The other game could be getting. Could you imagine?
That would be crazy. After everything we've been saying for like it's been like 2 years now. At least we've been like, Tifa will be perfect in Tekken. That would be crazy.
I will. That will get me to play Street Fighter again, though.
Yeah, honestly, if she shows up, I'll come back. I'll come back.
But I haven't seen Baki.
I have also not seen Baki, so this is like, not for me.
Crazy, you know, anime boxing, which is pretty sick.
That's cool too.
Game. Pretty sick. Tekken game. So
Also, side headline to this: Harada finally made it to Waffle House, and he said he had a really good time, which is awesome.
What did he do? Like, did he see a fight or did
No,
he,
that's the thing. He's like, it's like the most. Here, I'll pull it up here, but it's like the most heartfelt, like earnest kind of thing here. Katsu, Harada. Here we go. It's so fucking funny, man. Like, he just went out there the other day, and he's like, went to Waffle House. Where is it? Bam. Here it is. I finally made it to Waffle House, all in caps. The staff are always friendly, and when I asked if they would sell me a menu, they sold me one for $5. Next time, I'll be back at 3 a.m. for fight time. And there's like a picture of him like picking up a chair, posting some delicious waffles.
Oh,
and,
that's awesome.
He's striking the pose outside as well too. Like, it looks really good.
That's
Yeah, it's like such a wholesome thing. I love it.
That's pretty damn good. That's
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
So that's nice. That's a lovely headline there too.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah. What else we got here? Not much. You got any other ones? I got two more.
Sort of, but they're not like. This is worth bringing up here.
Only the finest on Frame Perfect, Tristan. If it's
We're
garbage, we cut it.
curating this.
We're
We're
cutting
curating
it.
this.
This is the time.
Oh.
If we're getting this podcast under 3 hours, this is the moment you call it right now.
Subnautica 2 popped off, which is
That
fun
game did pop off.
because
And
that was the whole
also-
lawsuit shit, right? With
Right.
the sales or whatever.
Weird
I forget the
controversy
details.
over it too,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You fuck not being able to kill fish in this fish game. I want to kill fish.
Well,
Have you heard of this?
yeah. That's what you do. What's up with that?
You don't. You don't.
You don't get to kill fish,
You can't kill fish.
which is pretty wild, actually. I don't know. That's a weird change. Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't really. I mean, I guess you sort of. Yeah, you could kind of knife him in the first one, right? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember. You know, I don't really remember that. I played a little bit of that game. But
Played a fair amount of Subnautica 1, but I
uh,
actually can't remember if you can kill the fish. But that's a big controversy, is whether or not you can kill the fish in Subnautica 2.
Unbelievable.
Huge stuff here, guys.
Oh my god, the world is on fire. I can't take it anymore.
Major headlines.
Get me in the
headlines.
bunker now.
Yeah.
The nukes are falling. Sweet Jesus.
I can't kill the fish.
Ah! Ah! All right. Actually, I did want to talk about this a little bit because I thought it was a bit interesting. Because frankly, I didn't even hear about this until I was just like looking for headlines and stuff. Do you hear about Spellcaster Chronicles, Bert? Do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, well, me neither. But Quantic Dream, the makers of Detroit Become Human, and what was the other one? The horror game.
They did the one in the woods.
Yeah, I don't remember.
With the
called.
Wendigo. Until Dawn, yes.
Until Dawn.
Yeah, and
That's
like
right.
Beyond Two Souls and shit, right? Quantic Dream, David
Yeah,
Cage's
like-
baby.
Yeah, but, you know, it's like basically a movie you get to play.
Oh,
Well, they
dude.
made a
Sorry, yeah,
they
I
made
just
a
read-
MOBA game. Yeah, you see this?
Free to
They
play.
made a MOBA game.
Free to play, team-based, third-person action strategy game inspired by MOBAs. This is giving me vibes of like that Randy Pitchford describing Battleborn, like hobby grade. Battleborn is hobby grade. Third, like it's just so many buzzwords one after another. Crazy. Has this flopped?
Is it? Oh, yeah, like it went into early access.
59% on Steam.
It went. Sorry, excuse me. It like they shut it down after 4 months. That
Oh,
was
it's
what
already
happened.
dead.
It's dead. Yeah, it got wild gated. You know, it got.
So is
put down.
that the headline that it's been shut down?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, if you look
dude.
at the, I hate to be that person to, do the Steam charts, but I was like, we thought Wildgate was bad. This was Spellcaster Chronicles.
Oh, dude. And this is one of those, this is like a
This
perfect,
is a. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
just like aesthetically, like this game looks totally fine. This is a fine game.
It looks like a video game that's like competent. Yeah,
Absolutely.
like, exactly.
This doesn't even look bad, but it's like
It
it's
doesn't look
not
bad.
enough to be
It
not
doesn't look
bad.
bad.
You need
But
to
y-
be
and you-
exemplary to stand. This is the high guard of MOBAs. High guard was the high guard
But
of
like,
MOBAs.
but like, High Guard actually had at least
sauce.
like people knew about it.
Yeah.
You know, like they
paid
played
for
it.
the fucking spot, right?
This game had an all-time peak of 800 players.
Woof. Calling all content creators. Join the Spellcaster Chronicles creator program. Oh my god. They wanted to push this so hard. This is brutal. I hadn't even heard of this. Quantic Dream.
That's what I'm saying.
I give them so much shit because I'm like, all they do are those stupid story games.
Yeah,
and it's
whatever.
like, this is them actually trying something different.
They made a
man.
real video game.
Yeah.
But it's just god damn, man.
That's fucking
These
tough, man.
these games are like oh god. Oh, the camera.
Oh,
Oh god. Oh, we're
We lost
everything's
him.
falling. We're dying. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Yeah, dude. It's such an insanely brutal market out there.
Well, you got 2 weeks left to enjoy Spellcaster Chronicles, guys. Get out there.
You know, I watched gameplay. Like, yeah, it doesn't look bad. In fact,
looks okay.
I can see myself having fun. You know, like.
But it's like, I just don't have the time, man. It's like, there's literally not enough time in the day to engage in all these fucking...
Truly...
Like, it's just another one. It's
Not
just
enough time.
another one.
It's another one, yeah. Yeah. You know, and you just... It's a Concord. This is like a sleeper Concord.
Sleeper Concord, and it is
Yeah.
tough to see because it's like, my heart goes out for all the artists and people who put their fucking time and energy, and like, God willing, they all got paid. I've been there, man. I've been there where you're not sure if the check's coming through as a result of what's going on with the higher ups. But man, like, I really feel for the people who work on games like this, and it's like, you're really giving your heart and soul. This stuff looks good. You're trying your best, and despite that, it's not
Okay.
enough.
And sorry, a follow up to this. Actually, this is important. That ties into what you're saying. The headline was that I think some union that the people are part of is like trying to sue because effectively there were people within like the company who are like, yeah, guys, like this is not gonna pan out. It's clearly not gonna work out, compete, and be able to succeed. And there were layoffs within as naturally that it resulted from this, and so it was. Yeah, here's the line. STJV, I'm not quite sure what that is actually. I think that's the union. Also blame catastrophic project management for layoffs and the cancellation, saying that worker representatives have sounded the alarm that the project's colossal risk level. Sounded the alarm about the project's colossal risk level numerous times. So basically, people were like, "Guys, this is not gonna work," and they're like, "We need the live service money. We need that juice. Keep it going." Every time.
Dude. That's all right, that is actually critical because it's like to be. Already, I was feeling the sympathy for the artist. To be an artist on the ground floor, being like, I will work for you. I need the work, but I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't going to take off. I play these games like you just know that these artists like play these games and they're there is space for like 3
100%.
of these in the whole culture.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
crazy.
Exactly. It really is. It's so brutal, man. Live service. But yeah, being like, it's crazy knowing that like, inevitably, it probably means you're gonna get fired, right? You're gonna get laid off.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal.
But like, as a freelance contractor getting brought into that scenario, what do you do other than be like, hey, I'm going to tell you guys right now what you got going on. It's not going to work out, but I will continue to work. Right.
Gotta be like a sunk cost thing.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So, oh man, Quantic Dream's a big studio too. Like, you just know that. Oh my god, this is a sad one actually. We got to even out the pot with a couple of these. This is good.
Yeah, I mean, too many of the headlines are layoff and doom and gloom.
Well,
Burden, I'm counting on you. We need a positive. We need an upswing here.
Fuck. My last one was not good.
Ah, shit.
Oh
no.
Well,
okay.
Actually, it's good for me.
Okay. Well,
I'm rich, Tristan.
Okay.
Steam Deck stonks are way up. I'm rich.
Shit. Let's go.
If
Scalp
you got
that.
a
Let's
Steam
go.
Deck, the Steam Deck has just went up way in price.
The Steam Deck.
The Steam Deck is also going up in price.
By a lot, actually, like in
Yeah.
crazy amount.
It's great.
Like,
$300, I believe. $300 US for the OLED model.
Jesus. That's a lot of money.
And $300 US dollars is about 40,000 Canadian dollars. So I'm rich now.
He could retire. He could retire. He's gonna sell his Steam
sell
Deck
my
and
Steam
retire.
Deck and get a house.
Get a house, down payment. Yeah, he's set. He's set, guys.
Oh,
Christ. He can afford a down payment in Canada now. That's what it is.
These new prices reflect the current state of component costs and other global logistical challenges across the industry as a whole. Let's just leave it at that. You know, what else do we need to say? We don't need to get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, I mean,
we're fucked.
We know. It's over, guys.
It's over.
We were enjoying cost-effective technology.
It was an unprecedented time of peace and prosperity for us, for the gamer kind. Now it's over.
We're in the prelude to Terminator.
Yeah, honestly, that's so funny. You just said we're in the prelude, and the first place my brain went was like the vision of like the sprawling necropolis with like the Skynet tubes. Before, I swear to God, I knew exactly where you were going with it, man. I was like, I see it.
Where's our oh crap? What's the guy's name again?
Our Neo?
The main guy, the John whatever. That's like super important in Terminator. I'm sorry, Terminator fans, I've let you down.
John Connor. John
Connor. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
that's my last one, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have a couple more, maybe more
positive
ones, actually. I wanted to show you this because I thought it was kind of cool. The context is a little bit cringe, but it's like, so Coinbase is like a crypto exchange, I think that's what they are, bank or whatever. Crypto sucks, but they made this really cool commercial, which basically was like sim graphics, right? Like poorly rendered graphics. But they did it like all practical effects.
Cool.
Which is pretty crazy, actually.
Very
like,
cool.
The production's insane, and I wanted you to check it out here. I'm gonna share it with you, because I feel like obviously you being a film guy have perhaps a certain appreciation for this. Hold on. Where's the chat? How do I open chat? There we go. There we go. Yeah, just check it out. Maybe just skim through it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, the whole like message of it is escape the NPC life. You know.
Okay.
That's the message, but which when we're talking about crypto, I don't necessarily agree with that.
Yeah.
But
exactly. What you
the commercial. The commercial. Oh, I just put it in the Discord here.
Okay.
Yeah, the commercial's cool. The commercial's really cool. Because it's all practical, which is insane. I don't know how they did this. Or at least it's mostly practical. So they had they had makeup artists put on like these masks that like stretch out certain features that make you look like a poorly rendered model, right? Which is crazy. Like how did they do that?
Sorry, I'm not seeing it. You said it on Facebook or Discord?
Oh no, Discord.
Direct or in the chat here?
In the... Okay, wait, hold on. Technical difficulties, gang. You know what? I'm just going to do it on Facebook, because that's easier. We know where that is. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, crazy, man. For listeners who are curious, it's called Your Way Out.
This is all done practically, you said?
Yeah. There's you can see there's a behind the scenes.
Very interesting. This is cool. Okay, yeah. What would you describe this like visual aesthetic as? Like not quite low poly, but like. Oh, this is super interesting. They're like emulating some elements of like the Euphoria physics engine as well too, which I guess you would call real physics, which is interesting. Oh, this is okay,
so like all the backgrounds, like the signage, all that's like set dressing, Crazy.
Okay, this is really interesting. Yeah, like visually super cool. Yeah, I mean, like, definitely, like, yeah, it sucks that it's for a crypto ad, but like, definitely interesting to
Yeah.
see, like, a fully realized live action version that, like, truly delivers on that aesthetic in a live action context, if that's the case.
Yeah. It's insane.
Really
crazy.
cool, really cool. Yeah, I'd
yeah.
actually. When you were bringing this up and I didn't see it, I was like, why are we talking about this? But I'm like, oh no, this is actually fantastic. I really think this is sick. I mean, as far as my thoughts as a filmmaker, I think it's probably incredibly hard to do and requires a ton of costume work. And it seems like I would imagine they're blending a little bit of digital effects in here for some of the stuff.
Well, there
like,
is. I saw like some of the behind the scenes,
like the endless lineup and
Yeah.
stuff like that going off on the
Yeah, I
horizon and things like that. But like,
Yeah.
really, really cool. I like it.
It's. I mean, just the fact that, like the makeup, you can see it in the commercial, like, that it's practical, which is crazy.
Yeah,
You know?
but some of the NPC
That they're
walks
capturing
are,
that
like,
aesthetic with it.
the like the animations are hilarious. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, doing the whole the animation loop.
It's a pretty sick ad. That's pretty cool.
I thought you might like. I liked it.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like that. I don't know if I'm going to be a crypto bro now as a result.
Well,
but
yeah, exactly. I mean, the message is cool. Like, whatever.
don't be a follower. Be a leader. Invest in crypto.
Guys, don't invest in crypto.
Yeah.
Don't invest in crypto.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but that's cool. So I thought that was kind of neat, and also, final good little headline:
Hit me.
the Crimson Desert CEO awards everybody at the company a $3,400 bonus because the game sold so well.
Hey.
And that is a game actually I do want to play that eventually, like at some point in the future.
Frankly,
I think
that's
it
so
looks
funny
cool.
you say that because I have zero interest in that game.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
like zero desire.
Interesting. I feel like, and this is going to be a funny take, but I feel like that game looks like what I want Dragon's Dogma to be.
Interesting. Yeah, because I see
Yeah.
that too. I see that very much. It's
You know
like
what I'm
this is
talking
like
about?
polished in like a different way.
Yeah.
But like
And, like, the
realistically, it
scale
probably
of it.
has like big scale.
Yeah.
Probably has better things like enemy variety and stuff. The combat looks equally as flashy and in depth, if not more so.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
why do I want to play stupid Dragon's Dogma with all of its bullshit, but not Crimson Desert? These are one of life's mysteries, guys.
Burton's just built different, man.
I'm just different, guys.
He's built different. He's got a weird cuckoo flavor, a gamer flavor.
I don't know. Man. I don't know. Honestly, dude. Like, I wish I could explain it, but like, I can tell in my heart of hearts when I'm gonna like a game. You know.
He's a freaking. You seem like the kind of guy that would like oh my god, Drakengard, like a Drakengard kind of.
That's a
enjoyer.
perfect example. That's a perfect example. I have never played Drakengard, but I did play Nier, and I do like Nier, OG Nier, and I think I do like those kind of games. You know. And this is, like I said, this is not exclusive to games. It's like movies and other stuff too. Stuff that's got a lot of heart and isn't afraid to try something like out there and weird and maybe going against the grain of things. I give a lot of points, more than I should, for like just even remotely attempting something different. And it's like,
Fair.
I look at Crimson Desert and I see that as like pulling from so many other games, and Dragon's Dogma, just to bring it to those two specifically, like, I think, you know, Dragon's Dogma exists in its own very weird space of like jank Euro aesthetic Western Tolkien-esque RPG. There's not much in that space that isn't like an Elder Scrolls kind of game, I feel like. Whereas like Crimson Desert strikes me as like 100 other Korean MMOs that I've seen clips of online. I guess that's kind of like my gut reaction, you know?
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I can see that. I
Don't
think
get me wrong.
The scale is obviously what is
100%. And I
Yeah.
think Crimson Desert's going to be a better game than any Korean MMO, and it looks like they've got a really good combat system and good depth of content. But I've also seen some of the bullshit. Like, there's a lot of that onboarding. Like, I've heard the first, like 20 hours is the worst. It's like, bruh, 20 hours. Like, what the hell?
Oh yeah,
But you know, that's
Yeah.
par for the course for a lot of those kind of games.
I see.
So there's a little bit of that I'm just like, I don't know if I want to get over the hump of that for. But you know what? Credit where it's due. That's awesome. They're giving everyone a bonus. I think that's really, really a nice positive headline there.
I mean, God, What? That never happens.
I know.
Good Lord. They make a lot of money. Games can make a lot of money, guys.
And then
And
they could
these
give
artists
you
work
the
hard.
money if you work on them and you work good.
Yeah.
And
I
you're
mean,
1 in a million. And they don't just kill
the
you
cynical
for
part of
doing
me
well.
does kind of feel like maybe they're, it's
Playing
good
it up
PR.
a little. Yep.
It's good PR.
Yeah, looks
but,
good. Looks good.
Because now I like, well, maybe I want to play
Crimson
Crimson
Desert, though.
Desert now. So,
Yeah.
But still, it's cool. And I mean, God, I wish we had more of those headlines. So,
Dude,
props.
you know what? I bet any employee of Crimson Desert is like, yes, more good PR, please. Like, yeah.
Wow, look at how well that marketing headline did. Wow. Look at our sales now. Oh boy.
Give me more money.
I need money.
That's good.
That's cool, yeah. But
Lovely.
that's pretty much it.
Cool.
We could call it there. Yeah, we could call it that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice one.
Yeah. I don't have much for watched. I got 2 movies.
Okay.
Horror movies.
What
Got some good horror movies coming out. Some good stuff coming out.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man. I think I'm getting fucking sick, dude. I don't feel so good, honestly. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong. Unrelated
actually?
unrelated to the movies, but I'm like, I feel myself coming down with something. So we're doing final push through here. This is it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
not like I'm
yeah.
actively puking on camera right now. I'm just like, oh man, I'm like tangibly feeling my throat's getting raspy. I'm like,
Jesus. Okay.
oh, but
Oh,
you
God.
know what? I do
Oh,
it for
God.
you, dear listener, and I need to talk about Hokum and by extension Oddity by Damian McCarthy because Hokum just came out and it stars our guy Adam Scott. We love Adam Scott, Severance guy, super great actor.
Oh.
He plays a piece of shit, absolutely deplorable main protagonist. You gotta love to hate him. It's a great folk horror that I was not expecting, that I thought really kind of stuck out at me. And I had seen some ads for Hokum, and a couple days before I went to go see it, I saw Oddity, which was also a very interesting sort of like out there horror. A couple of images really like kind of shocked me about it and got me to see it, and I really liked it. And then I thought, I like this Damian McCarthy guy. I like what he's doing. Oddity was quite strong. Let's go see Hokum. And it delivered in spades, man. I was thoroughly spooked in the theaters. It's got a nice flavor to it. Like I said, Irish folk, which was really cool, and thoroughly, thoroughly scary. But, only a few days later do I go and see Obsession, which is this new movie by director Curry Barker, who is of That's a Bad Idea fame, with a YouTube channel between him and Cooper Tomlinson. And they do these sort of short form videos. And I guess we're just in the fucking era of like YouTubers using their cult following that they established from their video for like content to propel their film careers into the stratosphere. Because in the same year that Iron Lung has been propelled by Markiplier, this movie has taken the fuck off. And Obsession has got I think it's got like a $750,000 budget, and I think it's already made like over almost 100 mil. I think it's at like 85 mil.
It made
right
100 mil.
85 mil currently, and it's one of the few movies in the history of the 21st century that actually had a better second weekend than it did first weekend, which is a true testament to the word of mouth that people are spreading about this movie.
I mean, yeah, that's a viral effect right there.
100%. Like, you never see that. That is like unheard of.
Jesus.
It's worth it. It's great. It's excellent.
Yeah?
Obsession, like, let me put it this way. Resident Evil by my guy Zach Krager is coming out this year, and I am having a tough time imagining how it could beat Obsession for best horror movie of the year.
Shit.
It is excellent.
I really gotta see that.
I thought it was so much fun. There's a little bit of humor sprinkled throughout there. It's sinister, it's dark, it's creepy, it's unsettling. It is like, there's so much good stuff going on with Obsession. I was coming out of the theater hot, and I saw with Jen, she was kind of like, neutral positive on it. I was like, I think this is going to go down as like a career-defining movie for Curry Barker, and one of the best horror movies of this year, if not like for some time. I think it's really fun and fresh.
Okay.
Very interesting. It was cool. I really liked it. There's some, it's, supernatural in nature, and I won't give much more than that there. But it's a very simple premise that gets pushed to its absolute extreme. There's a lot of nuance to what they're trying to say as far as like some role subversions, some expectations that get kind of subverted consistently. But yeah, like we laughed, we held our breath, we screamed. It gave everything you could. Like Hokum was a lot of fun, but that was definitely more of like a more traditional kind of horror. Obsession felt really fresh. Is the one word that comes to mind. Like it was like this is the kind of thing that's going to get people out in theaters, and to see this success story of like going from sub 1 million budget to like 85 million in profits.
Yeah,
is like,
that's actually insane.
I
mean,
hope
horror
this
movies
changes everything.
historically are like the best ROI probably.
That's it,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
In the film industry, but I mean, like I started watching they have some funny bits.
Yeah,
they're funny guys.
They're great.
Yeah. I like them a lot. I started watching that after Eduardo brought it up.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, these guys are funny. I definitely want to see the movie, no question. I'm probably not gonna have time to see it though, unfortunately. But
that's fair.
I'll catch it at some point.
For what it's worth, I mean, like movies like this, if they have this like explosive uptake, they'll keep them around in theaters for a lot longer than you know, they might otherwise.
Yeah.
I know you're going away for a couple of weeks, but maybe when you
Yeah.
get back, it'll still be around.
Maybe.
I'd still say
if I'm
it'll be
lucky.
immensely enjoyable in like a home viewing experience as well too.
Yeah.
Like it's not like one of those like big Project Hail Mary things where it's like you got to see this on the big screen to really get it. There's sound design elements that I thought were really masterful on the big screen, and there's like my favorite horror tropes of like, you know, blink and you'll miss it, kind of like out of the corner of your eye if you're paying attention.
Oh
to the
yeah,
whole frame,
like the
you'll pick a little thing out.
Haunting of Hill House kind of things.
Exactly, yeah, things
Yeah,
that like
those,
if
like,
you just
scary
kinda...
stuff just in the I
But
actually
don't-
love that.
They don't play them
It's like-
up, right? They're not drawing attention to them. It's
'Cause
relying on
those-
your intelligence as a
yeah,
viewer
yeah,
to see
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff, right? Like and
I
that's
love
like,
that stuff because that
ooh.
stuff it's easily like so unsettling.
And they're
Yeah.
the creepiest fucking moments in the whole movie, man. They're like
Yeah,
make
yeah,
your
yeah.
skin crawl, or like there's little things that I think I'd really enjoy in a subsequent viewing, like without giving too much away. If you're going to see this, pay attention to how the audio syncs up, because there's a lot of moments that are critical to the storytelling of the film, which are indicated by like either syncing or not syncing audio, which I realize saying out loud sounds really crazy, but there's some really interesting sort of unreliable narrator stuff here, and that's one of the ways that the movie kind of shows its true colors is by like either having synced or non-synced audio, which is a really, really kind of cool horror trope there that you don't realize how effective it can be, but it's a combination of Uncanny Valley with like, you know, why are their lips moving when they should, or why are their lips moving when they shouldn't be moving, or vice versa, right? Like there's this extra layer of horror that it adds to it, which is really cool.
Uh-huh.
And for like a first directorial debut, this guy did Milk and Cereal, which was a short YouTube short. I think it's like an hour-long feature on YouTube. But this is his first like major feature debut, and it's pretty masterful. So strong recommend for Obsession.
Wow.
Light recommend for Hokum. I
dream.
liked it, but Obsession's like go see it, must see.
Yeah. I'm on board with that. I want to see it. I do love. I mean, like you said, I love that trope. Like Hill House, Haunting Hills is like I love that show.
If you like
And I
that
like that.
show, you'd like this, I think.
Yeah, I love the whole off focus horror. You know, we have to pay attention. When you see it, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It like freaks you the hell out,
Dude,
right?
there's one
Yeah.
I'm running back in my brain, and it doesn't last for more than a half a second. But it will it's an image that will haunt me until I fucking die. Like it's like, oh my god, dude, there's some good stuff in there.
It's so effective because you can so easily miss it, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah. And it's like it
Yeah.
was me. I picked that out there. It doesn't feel like it was like, you know, the movie was like, you're a dumb idiot, and we're gonna put this in your face with an accompanying musical cue. It's like if you're keen and you're watching everything here, you'll see this, and it'll really stick with you.
Oh god. I mean, honestly, that's enough to sell me on watching it. I'll have to say.
Totally, man.
I mean, everything else sounds really good about it too.
There's a lot of other really fun stuff there.
Yeah.
Some really really interesting sort of like gender roles that are played. It's definitely a movie by like a 26-year-old director. It feels very like fresh and like almost like you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like Gen Z, I guess. There's a little bit of like that. It's
interesting.
played very like tactfully and stuff, but it's depicting young people for sure. There's some fun humor elements that come up that get like the comedy is played excellent. You can tell these guys do sketch comedy, so there's good stuff there as well too.
Yeah, dope. Cool.
That's what we got though, man.
Yeah, I did actually go see I forgot I even saw it, but not to say that it was a bad movie, but it was great.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot of
Pretty fun experience, man.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
like
it's,
very like optimistic, I thought, which was like a nice change of pace from a lot of stuff coming out right now.
Yeah, I'm about it, you know, and the whole bonding with the alien. it got a bit of a trope, but it worked really well.
Yeah.
I mean, it was charming. It was great. We, in fact, I watched it with my wife, and she quite took to it. We reference it a lot now. We do this.
Oh, that's
like
so
the
cute.
Rock, like the Rock. When we're yeah. And
I love
like
that.
there's a line in there. Yeah, that's right. There's a line in there where at the end where they're like doing the thing. I forget what they were doing. Getting the bacteria or whatever that killed the spoilers. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, let me circle back. But there's a line that he says, "Oh, that's not half bad," and then the translator goes, "That's full good." And I really appreciate that
The language model is
Yeah,
really
the-
interesting, right?
I
Like, seeing how they
appreciate the
build that.
language. Yeah. The language part is really cool. Yeah, like how they translate it. And I appreciate that as someone who is, trying to learn a language. Good Lord.
Indeed. Yeah, if only it
Indeed.
was as easy as you just punch it into the old translator, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the full good, we use that a lot now.
Yeah,
we were
full
saying,
good,
oh, that's
full
full good. Yeah,
Not bad. Full good. I like that. I
Yeah.
might make that stick there. That's a good one.
I liked it a lot.
It's very wholesome. Yeah, like I
it was
like the
wholesome.
science elements too. Like obviously they can't cover quite as much as they do in the book, but like they really make a point to try and keep that stuff in there and keep it at the forefront of like his journey. Which I did appreciate for sure. Like this, like I like him running the science experiments and stuff like that when he's back on Earth there, and then obviously like they have to do a lot more once they're up there with Rocky, but like some of that early stuff, like the the cardboard, or rather like the 2x4s and like building the astrophage
That's cool.
cultivator thing, like stuff like that is like really interesting and really like well thought out too. Like it's really smart.
Yeah, I agree.
Same guy did The Martian, so
makes sense.
yeah. He loves that
Thoroughly
mash.
enjoyable movie. Ryan Gosling, truly an actor of our time.
You like him in this role?
Full of charisma. Yeah, he's really good. He's really good.
I thought he was suitably nerdy. Like
Yeah.
Jen was convinced he wouldn't be nerdy enough, but I'm like, that guy can play nerdy. Sure enough.
Yeah. I did a fine
Okay,
job. I wasn't like, oh, this is the hot guy.
Yeah.
No, he's the nerdy guy.
Yeah, he managed to swap it up enough there that at no point I was like, this is the dreamboat from Drive or La La Land or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly. He's got a lot of depth.
So much depth, just like me,
Whoa.
really.
He's
He's
literally Ryan Gosling playing Tristan Palser in the next hit movie.
in sync, dude. That was good.
Yeah, I like that. That was a great movie. It was fun, really enjoyable experience. And I've been watching Succession.
Nice, still going through that one.
Keep
The
keeping
rewatch.
through
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Really love that show, man.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
watch
wanna
it.
get- I know,
You really
I know.
gotta watch it. You'll like it. It's so funny.
Well, I
It's
guess
amazing.
I won't get too into it because we haven't polished it off yet. But we're still going through Fargo, the TV show.
That's a great show too.
and
I've
never
only
seen
seen
it.
season 1.
We're on season 2 now, and it's even better, which is crazy. But
Really?
it's, like,
Okay.
Unbelievable how crazy it escalates as well
Okay.
too. But
Interesting.
I won't
have
get too much into it because I want to see how they kind of tie it all together here, because they do some pretty crazy change ups between the seasons. So we got to figure out sort of where they're going with it and if they tie this all back around. But they kind of jump all around. It's been really interesting. But
fun
as soon as
fact-
we're done with that, yeah.
Fun fact: season 1 of Fargo was filmed in Calgary.
Oh no way!
So, yeah, like I recognize the places that they filmed them there.
Your
which is
place
pretty
is
cool.
looking like Minnesota, eh?
Yeah. Like for example, the apartment that the cop is in is actually like a few blocks away from me.
No way. That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, I like walk by it all the time. It's
Very
pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, pretty neat. I like that. I like season 1 a lot. That was a really good show.
Dude, if you like
we didn't
season
pick it up
1,
after that,
keep
but-
going. It's fantastic. It
Okay.
gets even better.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It didn't grab us with the whole time thing. I don't know what it was, but I guess I'll have to keep going.
Like the time shift for season 2, you mean?
Yeah, the time shift. Yeah.
I kind of we had a bit of a revelation moment when we sort of saw how it ties together, and then I was like all in. I was like loving this even more than the first season. But I want to see how they bring
Okay.
it all full circle before I give like full thoughts on it.
For sure. It's a good show though. Was that a recommendation from Jen or?
Oh, we finished Firefly,
yeah.
and we were like, we got to find
Okay.
something else. We both heard about Fargo for some time now, so we
Yeah,
just
it's
wanted
good.
to
It's good.
get something on the docket there. But yeah, I realized that Succession is sitting right there, and that's definitely top of my list for sure.
You got
I
it.
know,
It's so
I know.
Good, man. It's like one of my favorite show. One
Yeah,
of my favorite.
I've heard
Probably
enough
like top
praise to
3.
be like that's
Top
got to
3.
happen for sure.
Yeah, and rewatching it, I appreciate it more now. Honestly, as I'm rewatching it, it's even better. But yeah, good stuff. That's
what we
pretty
got,
much
baby.
It. That's it.
If you want to send a letter, send us a letter to 2frame2perfect at gmail.com. That's 2frame2perfect, the numbers, at gmail.com. And then send us a good one, man. Like, make it cool and send us something cool and good.
At least tell us we're handsome. We need it. Please.
Yeah, I need a little pump up. Because otherwise, how will I know that I'm literally him? That he's literally me?
Ryan Gosling wants to be us. He listens to the pod. He's like, damn, these guys are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fellow Canadian icons here.
Yeah. See, Ryan Gosling secretly a mega gamer. He's like, I need to hear their takes on Marathon.
You know what? Maybe they'll ask me to play him in the next one. There, I can be a stand-in.
Oh, that's it. That's how he breaks out.
Drive 2.
Mr. Howell. All right. That's
frame
good.
perfect,
That's good.
everybody.
That's frame perfect. We nailed it. We peaked. We peaked there. It's over.